Good morning, hoodies. What's up? I know it's early in the morning and I don't usually go live this early. But good morning everyone. Happy Sunday. What up, Room Shaker? I just literally got up a little while ago and I was scrolling through my feed on not StreamYard, but on YouTube, and I saw you had went live. What was that, a few hours ago? I think it was a few hours ago. So I'm gonna definitely have to go back and watch that shit because I do enjoy watching your shows as well. But yeah, I do enjoy watching a lot of you guys. But yes, good morning. Please come on in. Make sure you like and share the video. It is 7:06 a.m. Central Standard Time, and it's cold as the you know what here in the Midwest. And I just thought I'd come through, get my little video in before the day gets started, before some of y'all heathens start getting ready for church, because I know how it is. Some of y'all get up on Sunday morning after a whole night of foo la la. but y'all, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, and I'm here for the entertainment. Good morning, meow meow. How you doing? Yes, good Sunday morning. I am so here for the entertainment, y'all. I got up this morning and the first thing I saw was Olivia. Now, I was like, what the hell Olivia doing live this morning? Olivia don't go live early this morning. Olivia doesn't usually go live on Sundays or the weekends really too much, but I was like, okay, let me click on it. And then I realized it was a premiere and it was towards the end. And I was like, what the fuck? Did she just do this last night? I wasn't even looking at the title or nothing. I'm like, just woke up, going to the bathroom. And so then I noticed the title and she put KRN's name in there. And I'm like, okay, let me see what this is about. So I rewound it all the way to the back, all the way to the beginning, I should say. And it was a video from a couple of years ago of Olivia. And I guess she was beefing with Lady Nika. And I'm assuming she was beefing with Pizza. She had Kimmy's name in there and Bree. And I was like, Lord, 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 have mercy. Now, I don't really fully understand how the video correlates, but what I'm believing is, let me hold on. Matter of fact, let me go back to it so I can get the exact title. Olivia the Oracle. Okay, cause okay. So it was an upload, of course, because it was a damn, I just said the fucking word. Premiere. It says from 3 years ago. KRN, I get it. Truth to the cutthroats, liars, delusional, blind followers. Now, what I'm believing is the reason why Olivia uploaded that video. And I mean, when I heard it, I was like, oh shit, I remember this shit. Oh my God, this was 3 years ago. But yeah, it was 3 years ago when I guess they were dragging, because I don't remember everything that was going on around that time, but I do remember that video. And I do remember some of the shit that Olivia was talking about in that video. And one thing that she said that I think might be the reason why she posted it again and put KRN's name in there was because KRN, no, Nika, I think she said KRN had been poking at her and poking at her and poking at her, something like that, and poking at her. And Lady Nika said she been waiting on KRN, what she say, since last summer, last spring, uh for him to come off the porch on her and for her to say whatever she had to say about him. And I don't know, I guess she was just waiting for that moment. I guess Lady Nika always felt some type of way about King Roman, and I don't know, and she was just waiting for him to come off the porch before she did what she did the other day. But in that video that I just watched of Olivia, she basically says some of the things that she said in there was Lady Nika was poking her and poking her and poking her. I don't know if that's the reason why she brought that video back up But child, those were the days when I was all for the shits. Boy, I'm still for the shits. Trust and believe, I'm still for the shits. But the kind of content that Olivia replayed, premiered this morning, that's one of the fucking reasons why I never left the B-side. Because I'm all here for the motherfucking entertainment. Now I know a lot of people is going back and forth with who won? Did Lady Nika win? Can he really drag? Did he win? You know, I don't even care about all that. I don't even care about that. I'm for the laughs, the giggles. I'm for the shade. I'm for the fuckery. I'm for the drags and the gags, and that's exactly what we've been giving. That's exactly what we've been getting. Girl, you said, what's up, the Joy Queen? You said Olivia sounded demonic on a Sunday morning. Back to the cloud. Man, that was the Olivia that I grew to know. That was the Olivia that I got to know. Now Olivia, you know, she can still, I'm sure, you know, like drag and gag and roast and all that kind of shit. But after so many years of doing that, I don't know when it started, Olivia. Maybe it was a couple of years ago, a year ago. And she had said that she wasn't going to be out here beefing with anybody. She wasn't going to be out here, you know, tussling per se with anybody or anything like that. And that, if you never heard Olivia really come out the bag, that was Olivia. The way that she used to gag and drag and shit like that. And she did it so effortlessly. She reminds me of Deanna in some sorts of ways. Of course, not by looks of personality or nothing like that. Before y'all be like, what? Not like that. When I say she reminds me of Deanna, it's like people who just get up here and they can go on and on and on and on and barely even take a motherfucking breath. And they will have you laughing and kikiing and hollering off of some of the shit that they just saying off the top of their motherfucking mouth. And that's the Olivia that I grew to know back then. And a lot of y'all don't care for Olivia, but one thing we cannot deny is that she can roast and gag and drag and all that shit with the best of them. But I guess kind of like Sean Bradley, you know, Sean Bradley says, you know, I ain't on here trying to argue with y'all no more. I ain't trying to do this. I'm just here for the gags. I'm just here for the entertainment. I'm just here to, you know, whatever. But hey, it is what it is. So I think that's why she uploaded that video. But yeah, it definitely brought back memories of the good old days when Olivia used to drag and gag. And what's up, Big Brenda? How you doing? How are you doing? I had to take me a sip of coffee. This shit is so good. I was trying to sneak in a sip on mute. It ended up taking like three. You know how you just put just the right amount of sugar and cream in your coffee? It tastes so good. You said you love the title. Hey, Big Brenda, you going live earlier today? I'm just trying to get in where I fit in because I know people are going to be going live later. And after Lady Nika last night, I don't know if did King Roman come live again? Let's see, King Roman on the go or King Roman on go. These two have been really going back and forth. Okay, so I don't see that he went live, but 30 minutes ago, he did share a post. An hour ago, he did share Olivia's premiere that she did this morning. I don't see anything on his community wall about he's coming live again, but I'm pretty sure that he will end up coming live again. I'm pretty sure that he will end up coming live again. But for right now, again, I'm just here for the entertainment. I'm here for the roast and gags. I know some people, child, I was talking to some people the other day and they was like, oh my God, King Roman didn't go that low. The things that Nika was saying, you know what? I was over here cracking the fuck up. Some of the shit I don't even want to repeat. Some of the shit I don't even want to repeat. I was like, Lady Nika. Lady Nika about took me out. Now again, I'm not here to be like, oh, she got 3 points, he got 5, she got 2 for this shit. I'm not here for that shit. I'm not here for that shit. I was just getting my life. But Lady Nika, please don't have somebody call the Pet Protective Services. Cause whoa, Lady Nika, I was like, what? Was she going in on the dog? Was Lady Nika going? What the dog got to do with anything? I was like, Lady Nika is dragging the dog. I mean, I'm telling y'all, I almost fell out my chair. Almost fell out my chair. I was listening to KRN. He calling her TS Nika and talking about he gonna call Maddie TS Madison and see if he can get her on the show. And then I'm listening to Lady Nika and she talking about he wishing death on her because he says she's 2 shows away from death. And then Lady Nika talking about, oh, I'm 2 shows away from death. You talking about my lupus and wishing death on me? Well, I hope your dog get ran over by a car and they knock his ass 16 blocks away. But you can't tell nobody how to fight in the B sector. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. I was like, no, Lady Nika, not the dog, not Eli, not Eli. But you know what? That ain't the first time somebody done roasted and dragged somebody's pet. I mean, they still be talking about Jay Wilson's dog over there, Lyric. Oh God, they was talking about Jay Wilson don't feed the dog. He be starving the dog. They gonna report him to the animal protective. So you know, hey, people be dragging Ness cat. I heard somebody else tell Ness the other day she needs to put that damn cat on a diet. Was that Lolo? Was that Lolo who said Ness needs to put that damn cat on the diet because that cat is too fat or something like that? So it ain't, you know, people be dragging people's mamas, people daddies, sisters, brothers, cousins, step kids, and they damn sure will drag a pet. They damn sure will drag a pet. But I was just cracking up. And that's what most people I've been hearing just been enjoying the content, just been enjoying the laughs. This is like that old B sector shit. Even though they say that King Roman, they say he is like not B sector, but B sector adjacent. Because I know he used to do like entertainment. He used to do like celebrity news and trending news and things like that, which I do every now and then too. But that is a lot of what he used to do, you know, before he started really doing what he's doing now, which is coming out the bag on people every now and again. But yeah, so this is the B sector shit that a lot of us, you know, get entertained by. But the crazy part is when we do get this entertainment, it's always gonna be that one person. It's always gonna be that one person. Well, what they say that for? That's messed up. No, that's too low. They didn't even deserve all that. But then in the next breath, once it gets really quiet and really dead around here, then people is up here like, oh my God, the B sector's dead. Oh my God, the B sector's, I'ma just go to another sector. I'ma just go to another sector. I'ma go watch the mommy sector. I'ma go watch the bingo sector or the gambling sector or the tea sector or the, you know, I'ma go over here and watch, you know, something else. You know, we can't have it both ways. We can't have it both ways. The reason why the B sector was created because a couple motherfuckers over here was beefing for days on end, and they was going low. They was reburying people. They was dragging people kids. They was dragging people's parents. They was dragging people's parenting. That's how the B sector got started. And that's what kept the B sector alive for many years, especially when we was going through the Rona, especially when we was going through the Rona. And a lot of us was sitting around here with nothing to fucking do but sit at home and watch TV. And some of y'all who got kids, oh Lord, y'all, boy, some of y'all who have kids, y'all know how y'all act when y'all kids out of school. Don't let it be 6 inches of snow out there and y'all be like, I can't believe they letting these kids out of school. And we used to go to school. We used to walk to school with flip flops and no socks back in the day when it was 21 inches of snow. Okay? But when that Rona came and them kids was at home forever, boy, the parents was complaining about everything. I don't know how to teach them shit. I don't even know how to read anymore. I don't know how to do math. I ain't did math since the 4th grade. I ain't know when the Rona gonna be gone. These kids gonna, y'all remember around when the Rona was around. Y'all remember when the Rona was tough? And a lot of us was highly entertained. That's what kept most of us from cracking. I do believe that's what kept most of us from cracking was being entertained by the B sector back in the gap when the Rona was real, real heavy and real thick. And what up, Pastor Jay Wilson? How you doing? How you doing? But yeah, so that's what kept the B sector alive back there was a lot of us being entertained. I mean, day in, day out, overnight. You couldn't even sometimes how we can't even catch up. It's like, oh my God, oh my God. Then that's where we got the people who started doing the recaps, the Treacies, they started doing the recaps and they would keep us informed. And Tracy used to run around and be like, I done lost my shoes on such and such boulevard. I done lost my shoes. I done lost my flat. I done ran out my shoes. Because she was just on here 25/8. Tracy was on here 25/8, making sure that we was updated with everything. And I know there are certain people who still do that, but not like Tracy used to do. There's some of y'all who get recaps. I give a good old piece of recap every now and then. Pastor J gives a good old piece of recap. Big Brenda, Room Shaker, the people in my chat right now, they be giving good old pieces of recaps. But back in the gap, boy, it could be 25 fights and Tracy will cover every single motherfucking one of them. And then that spun off to other people who started doing recaps. And a lot of them are really pretty good at the recaps. But it ain't like it used to be. Somebody could give you a recap and you still be like, well, what fuck happened with them? I don't want to talk about them. That's the one thing about Tracy when she used to do her recaps like that. She didn't give a fuck if she liked you. She didn't give a fuck if she didn't like you. She gave a recap for everything. It wasn't no picking and choosing like some of us do, including me. I pick and choose. I ain't did no motherfucking recap on the damn Discord. Cause I don't give a fuck about the Discord. I really don't. I really don't give a fuck about what people is doing in the Discord. I really don't, because the Discord is gonna Discord. No matter whose Discord it is. Hell, Sassy, what up, Sassy? Sassy could create a Discord right now, and I ain't joining that motherfucker. Because the Discord is gonna Discord. And all the Discords is a bunch of mess. I don't care how many times y'all pray for people if they sick. Or y'all congratulate people if their kids done went to college or graduated from high school. The Discords are messy. They are the B sector on 10, right? That's where people go. A lot of them go to say shit that they don't want to say online. But then they turn around and say, out in public, but then they turn around and say, yeah, I said it, and who gonna do something about it? But the only reason we heard about it because somebody snitching or somebody that took some screenshots and shit like that. Now, not trying to say that some of y'all would come out here and say that shit, but we know for the most part, those places are for people to be who they want to be, say what they want to say, feel how they want to feel, and reveal what they want to reveal. So let the discords keep discording. As far as I'm concerned, let some more fuck shit happen in y'all discords. That's what's gonna happen when you create those type of groups. And it's to be expected. And I think some people do expect them before they even create them. I really do. I really do. Like I said the other day, the Discords, are probably helpful to some people, especially when they're giving content. Because a lot of times in those discords, they be talking, it's kind of like LSA. A lot of times in those discords, they be talking about shit on there that they done saw over here in the B sector. And then somebody will go over to LSA and they be like, they done missed something, or they didn't hear something, or they didn't see a picture or a camera slip and they done got it from LSA. Then they come back over here and they get some content. So yeah, let the discords keep discording. Good morning, Charlie. How you doing? It is the weekend, huh? So Charlie, you won't be live, but I'm sure when you do go live for Messy Mod Monday, I know you're gonna have some things to discuss. And by the way, our girl Sassy will be live today. Let's see, because I just saw her notification too. The Sassy Show. And I'm so glad Sassy is back. We've been asking Sassy to come back. I mean, I know Sassy, you know, she be on different people panels. Not so much a lot of different panels anymore, but mainly just over there with her good Judy. And so I know she be over there, you know, giving her content, her support over there, and you know, updating us and recapping and things like that. But it's nothing like the Sassy Show. It's one thing to have Sassy on your panel, and she's just, you know, giving her commentary about the goings on and what's not. But it's nothing like the Sassy Show. Where Sassy can be really sassy, okay? Okay, so I'm over here right now. Sassy is going to be going live at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. If y'all ain't into the Sassy Show, let me hold on, y'all. Let me go over here, copy her, and drop her link. I know you don't do panels anymore, Sassy. I know and I understand. I definitely understand. And good morning, YouTube Unfolded. How you doing? Good morning, Jay Parrish, Black Pearl. Did I miss anybody else? Yes, good morning. You welcome, boo. You welcome. I really am looking forward to you going live, though. Like, seriously. But I did drop your link because I see from the title, Sassy. I see from the title, it says Sunday Chit Chat Kung Fu Fighting. So we already got an idea which direction her live might go. Okay, so y'all better be there. Y'all better have y'all coffee and things ready, you know, for Sassy to come through this morning, because a lot of us has been missing Sassy. Okay, she been gone like a whole damn year. She put herself on timeout. She put herself on punishment, as she like to call it, and was staying off of her own shows and, you know, just entertainment, bringing entertainment to other people's panels, which again she don't do a lot anymore. But yeah, I'm looking forward to your show. So that's another reason why I was trying to go live early as well, because I knew she was going to be going live. Excuse me. You said I be on even if half. Yeah, you better be there, Charlie. You better be there even if you half asleep. Shoot, you know, at nighttime we go to sleep on most of y'all motherfuckers. Shoot, somebody said the other day that somebody is their white noise. Like, a lot of y'all is my white noise. Jay Wilson, I love watching Jay Wilson, but I swear sometimes at night, you know how he talks sometimes? That is that voice. Sometimes I listen to him at nighttime and I'll be there just, But then again, on the flip side, Lemon, I like watching the Lemon Show, even though sometimes I don't watch because there be so many characters on there and I don't be following the storyline. And I'm just like, I'm good. But I might still have him on playing in the background really low to fall asleep on. And then I wake up in the morning time and he's still live, or wake up in the middle of the night and he's still live, and I go back to sleep on him again. So Lemon is also one of my like a white noise that I can listen to and fall asleep to. But yes, you said yes, we can be up. Charlie, I ain't been up all night like that since I don't know when. I was just talking about the old B sector days, especially during the Rona, when a lot of us was really up all night and all day and just trying to keep up with the content, when people was really beefing and kung fu fighting, as Sassy got on the title of her show. Yes, Sassy, yes. Well, okay, Sassy, maybe a little bit more currently. Maybe with Vegas, with Ness and all them. Because there were a few times when we were doing commentary on Vegas, and child, we was up all night. But yes, when Rob and Tracy was getting into it, that was wild. I was like, oh my fucking God. I didn't want to go to sleep with Tracy and them because you really didn't know what you were going to miss. And the way that child, that was a whole, oh Lord, Lord. That was a whole mess. That was a whole mess, but it was very entertaining. It was very entertaining, even though some people was all, "Oh my god, oh my god!" Like, child, that nigga went to jail what, like 2, 3, 11 times over Tracy. Matter of fact, is he out? Hold up, what up, real Mama Fifi? Is he out of jail? Is he still in jail, Sassy? Does anybody know? Because I ain't heard his name in a minute. I ain't heard. Ain't nobody had any jail calls. Remember Octavius? He used to go live every time Rob would call him, and they would take up money. They would take up donations, and they would put money on his book. Kiki was sending him care packages and all that kind of shit. Do they still do that? I mean, did all the support end? Is him and Octavia still boys? Cause I swear I ain't heard nothing about Rob Rack. Shit, I damn near forgot about that motherfucker till Sassy just brought his name up. Child, you said last last you heard he's still in jail. He got a hearing, I think, in March. Oh, so he might be out by the summer. Hopefully he'll be out by the summer. Hopefully he'll stay out. Hopefully he'll stay out. What up, Carmel Diva? Oh, child, you ain't been here in a month of Sundays. Y'all, look who just popped her head in. Carmel Diva. Girl, what it do, boo? What it do, boo? We ain't really talking about shit, Carmel Diva. We just talking. We just talking. I'm just shooting the shit early this Sunday morning. But yeah, I don't know if y'all remember Karma Diva. You might remember because I used to talk to you and Bro about it sometimes on our Friday Night Lives. Rob Rack and Tracy, and Rob Rack, you know, he had went to jail. Him and Tracy had got into it at a hotel at the Red Roof. Remember the Red Roof, girl? Rob Rack was walking to get some liquor. I think the first time he was arrested. No, that was the second time he was arrested. Well, first time he was arrested in the Red Roof or in the hotel. And the second time he was arrested, he was walking to the stove and he was talking shit. And he was on the phone. I mean, he was on the live with us and he was talking shit. Matter of fact, he was on the live with Octavius and he was talking shit. And I don't know what, I can't remember exactly what, for some reason, the police was out there and they got behind his ass and they told him to stop, drop, and roll or some bullshit. And that nigga eyes was like a deer in headlights. That nigga eyes, like, you know how y'all be doing something and y'all get caught, whether it's your mama, your man, your girl, and you get caught right in the middle of something, or you just talking your big shit, and then you get caught up in some shit, and all of a sudden you just like your heart stop, you stop breathing. It's like, oh my God, you see like your light flashing before your eyes. Now, that's what he looked like. That's what he looked like. And a lot of people was keying off of it and everything. I was just glad that the police didn't take his ass out because he was on live. And Octavius, I never forget, he kept saying, tell them you live, tell them you live, just in case they try to do so. I'm like, do you think they give a motherfucker that he live? All the people that's been beaten and shot and unalived by police, why they were alive, man, can we say George? Say his name. Say his name. Say his name. That is like one of the most historical moments in time where police were captured on videotape. Not videotape, but on video, whatever. That was, nigga was staring. He had his hands in his pockets with his knees on his neck. White dude was looking at us like, and what y'all gonna do? What y'all motherfuckers gonna do? I don't give a fuck about y'all cell phones. I'ma kneel on this motherfucker for a whole 8 motherfucking minutes. Yeah, I know I'll probably be nationwide, worldwide by 6 p.m. this evening. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I know I could possibly be facing time in jail. I don't give a fuck. This is how I really feel about your motherfuckers. That's how some of them cops really feel about us. When they know that there's a possibility that they might get fired or land up in jail, that's how you know they don't give a fuck, because they will risk their life, they will risk their pension, they will risk their 401k, they will risk their kids' college fund, they will risk their marriage, they will risk everything to take some of us out while being recorded, because they don't give a fuck. You said you couldn't date. You said that was Victor Moan talk. Yeah, that was Victor Moan. I think he was on live with Octavius though. But yeah, I think that was Victor Moan that was telling him that shit. You right. But yeah, Karma Diva, we did a Friday night live. When was that, Charlie? Like 3 weeks ago? Something like that. We did a Friday night live like 3 weeks ago. And it was me, bro, Sislo. It was Mel, Melissa. It was a few of us. You was missing in action though. So the next time we do a Friday night live with the OG, triple OGs of the hood table, you're gonna have to come slide on us. You're gonna definitely have to come slide on us. Because you are truly missed. Yo, it's truly missed. See, what had happened was it was actually kind of a spur of a moment thing. It really was. It wasn't scheduled or nothing. And who was it? I think it was Sis. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I remember now. Sislo, I want to say Sis sometimes. Sislo had sent us a chat, sent us a message on the chat. It was like, I miss you guys. And then we were like, well, maybe we should go live. Like we literally went live, just like that. Just like that. So it wasn't even planned or anything like that. Good morning, Karina. How you doing? I hope everybody is well this Sunday morning. Y'all see the title of the show. I wanted to go live before some of y'all heathens went to church, because y'all ain't all saved. Everybody else, a lot of y'all heathens right here in the B sector, roasted and gagging, laughing about people getting roasted and dragged. Y'all in here stirring up shit. Y'all down to the Discord. A lot of y'all heathens that's gonna head to church with a church hat that looks like the one that's on my damn thumbnail. Real mama said low life racist trailer park trash popa. That's right. You said you couldn't date virtually the males these fools be sleeping with. Hoes desperate. You know what? I done had a long distance relationship before. And that shit lasted about, oh God. Karma Diva, how long did that shit last? She knows. A lot of us done had long distance relationships before. But as far as like meeting people here in the B sector or meeting people on this platform and then trying to date them outside of it, we just saw some people. I think, is there any that was successful? Before I get to lying, was there any? Charlie, has there been any successful relationships here on YouTube? Now, when I say that, I don't mean them big ass content creators that got like millions of followers and hundreds of thousands of followers, and they came on here on YouTube as a relationship, as a couple. You know, those channels are very successful. They are very successful. But I mean that came out of the B sector. That's what I mean when I say that. Like, are there any ones that are successful? Thank you, Charlie, for becoming a member for 3 months, boo. Thank you. Karma Diva said, I'm 7 years deep in my long distance relationship. Child, that I would consider that successful. I would consider that successful, but it didn't come out the B sector. See, that was some other shit. You done met him somewhere else. Y'all fell in love. Y'all, y'all go back and forth. Y'all making it do what it do. But I ain't seen any successful ones out of the B sector. But I done seen some fucked up ones. I done definitely seen some fucked up relationships come out the B sector. And a lot of times, I do really think that some people be doing it just for the content. Like these storylines that be coming up, child, let's not talk about Lemon. Let's not talk about Lemon and his Lemonettes. Because they always over there on some fuck shit. Just Krista, I think she is finally done, really, really done with him. And I think he's really, really done with her. Do you think that's really, really over? Like, Charlie, do you think they will ever come back together again? Just Krista and Lemon. Or do you think that she is just another Lemonette in the past? Just another Lemonette in the past. You said you met it. Girl, Karma Diva. Whoo, child, Karma Diva. Ooh, wee. Girl, sometimes without telling, I be talking about the old days, the good old days of the Facebook groups, child. Man, our Facebook group, man. Everybody wanted to be in our Facebook group. Tell them, Karma Diva. Everybody in their mom. We had a waiting list. We had a waiting list of people to get in our Facebook group back in the Gap. We was screening motherfuckers. Remember, Karma Diva? We was screen motherfuckers. Like, how you find out about this group? Who you know up in this group? Where you come from? Is you in town or is you out of town? Boy, and then remember, Karma Diva, we used to, oh shit, girl. You said send you the link. You want me to send it to you? Okay, I'll send it to you on Facebook. Hold up. Man, we used to have so much fun in our groups. Hold on, let me find Karma Diva so I can send her the link. I do got it pinned at the top too. It is pinned at the top of the chat, Karma Diva, but I'm gonna send it to you. Hold up. Hold on. Okay, I just sent it to you in inbox, boo. Ooh, I need some breakfast, child. I need some breakfast. I need some breakfast. And what I most like to do is just grab some milk and grab some of my Special K or my honey oats and oats and almonds or whatever that shit called. That's what I'll probably end up eating. Cause ain't nobody at the crib. It's just me. Ooh, y'all, and I had to work yesterday. Oh my God, I had to work yesterday. I'm just sitting up here waiting on Karma Diva. You said whispers, it ain't pinned. It's not pinned. Charlie, I did pin it. Hold on, where'd it go? Hold up. I could have sworn I pinned it. There it is right there. Oh, damn, I didn't pin it. You right, Charlie. My bad, my bad. You said you met your hubby through a gaming group, and this year we will have our 6-year anniversary. We've been friends for over 10 years. That is awesome, Charlie. That is so awesome. Okay, we just waiting on Karma Diva to hit the link. Girl, you can hit the link, Charlie. You can hit that motherfucker. You can hit that old nasty piece of stanky link if you want to. But okay, so yesterday y'all had to work, right? And I didn't know how long I had to work though, because I didn't know how long it would take for me to get caught up with work. But it was taking some time, and it did help that in the morning, or you know how sometimes your job be doing like they be doing updates and shit like that, and then they be telling you, well, you can't use the system to this time. Whoop 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 whoop. So for like 4 hours yesterday, I couldn't work, so I had to push my time back. But my grandbaby, I guess he wanted to come over. Had already found out that I had to work, and his grandma, his other grandma, she lives like right up the hill from me. So yesterday I felt so bad. My kids was calling me, and they was like, he's over here showing out. He's just over here having a temper tantrum, having a fit. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong? Every time he get upset or crying, I think they did something. And look,
Hello.
do anything.
Hello.
What up, boo? How you doing, Charlie? How you doing? What up,
I was
Karma
listening to the
Diva?
grandbaby story because you know I love me some Ace.
What's up? What's up,
Girl,
everybody?
let me tell you, they this how it usually goes when he comes over my house on the weekend. He goes to his other grandma's house first in the morning, and then he spends the rest of the day and overnight with me. So he's used to getting picked up and then turning the car going a certain way to go to my house. And I guess they started heading straight home because they knew I had to work. Girl, he was in that back seat. They said, Mom, that
He
boy
wrote
was in
his
that back
name.
seat screaming, yeah, 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 yeah. He was pointing out the window, yeah, yeah. Because he knows, you know how kids, when they get to that certain age, they know when you're a block away, a few blocks away, they know where they're going. Because they remember houses and trees and buildings and directions, right? At a young age. And I was like on the phone, like, oh, you can
He
come
loved
over
his
there.
yaya. He
I
wanted
was
his
like,
yaya.
girl, they had me feeling all bad. But anyway, child. Anyway, so back to this long distance relationship shit. So both of y'all that had successful long distance relationships, but what I was talking about before Kamala Diva hit the panel was, child, when we used to have that Facebook group. Charlie, I don't know if you ever been in one of those type of Facebook groups.
You got okay, but we had numerous groups. We
Have you ever been in a private Facebook group,
I
Charlie?
have, yes. I actually have. I'm still friends with a lot of people from one of those.
I mean, a
girl,
private Facebook group,
Yeah, I was invited to one. They're just
like an
typically
adult
you.
type
But
Facebook.
now
But
we don't do the adult thing. It's a different situation. It's
man.
something
And
see,
then
totally
we
that's what
different.
brought
I'm talking
look,
about.
and
That's
then
what I'm
we
talking about.
brought Facebook to life.
We
So
brought that shit to life.
we
Was
brought it
y'all
to
doing some
reality.
dirty things in them chats? Now don't tell me
Um,
that.
we can't say that.
Okay, I don't need to
I plead
know.
the fifth. I plead
Okay.
the fifth.
I'll be the YouTube lawyer. They plead the fifth. Nobody needs to know anything. They didn't do nothing. You didn't hear nothing. You didn't see nothing. You can't say nothing. Okay.
But we used to have a lot of fun, Charlie. I mean, we used to have a lot of fun. And a lot of people met that way and they hooked up that way virtually. We used to have people coming from out of town. We used to have get togethers, and our get togethers were so litty. We had, then we Karma Diva, we had people driving from out of town. I mean, coming across states to come to our parties and our get togethers, coming to barbecues. You hear me, Charlie?
Oh, so y'all had people coming from out of state just to come to a barbecue? Oh, snap.
I'm trying to told you. We be partying, drinking. I mean, we just was cutting up games, and oh my, it would be fun. It would be a time. I'm telling you, we never had a boring event. You know how you go to some place, you be like, man, this shit ain't hitting. I'm leaving. Where the next party at? No, you was begging to come there. Like I used to say, people were begging to get into our Facebook group. We'd be screening people and shit. Who is you? I don't know you. Okay, we used to give them like a probationary period. You know how they had these Facebook groups and people join these Facebook groups and they just there as voyeurs. They ain't interacting, they ain't talking, they ain't posting. Nope, you got to go, bitch. You been here 30 days and you ain't posted one thing. Get the fuck out. Because there would be people like voyeurs in there just looking around because they didn't heard about the group. And they just in there doing their voring. What am I saying that word right?
Warrior. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we used to have a Facebook group. We had several of them. We did have several of them. And what had happened was, Charlie, it was a spinoff. My Facebook group was a spinoff. Because we have like this group, you know how you probably do. Do y'all have like a or maybe not, but some cities they have like a Facebook group for the city
Yeah, we
where a
have
lot of
those.
people would join the Facebook group, and that's where you would end up usually meeting people you ain't been to school with since third grade. And you know what I'm saying? So
We have those
we
for
have
the
a group like
school,
that,
for the
right?
town. Yeah.
Right. And so what would happen was late at night sometimes. Some of us would be there late at night. We just be up in there chilling and talking, and sometimes the conversation would get kind of, you know,
Adult.
yeah, but we would just be in there joking and laughing, just being funny, posting memes. Have you ever been in this type of relationship? What would you do if, it was stuff like that, But early in the morning when some people got up, old heads, old people, church folks, they see our posts and be like, oh, what the hell went on last night? I gotta get up and see this. They would be going to the damn administrators of the group and stuff. So that went on for some time. And then somebody finally was like, you know what? Fuck that shit. We need to make a spinoff group. And we called it, what did we call it, Karma Diva? After Dark? I think we called it After Dark. That's what it was called. And everybody wanted to join that group called After Dark. And then eventually the person who set the goddamn group up, she fell back and she stopped doing her administrator job. Stopped adding people. She added me as an administrator to take over her group. But after a while, after she stopped doing her administrating, and we would never see her in that motherfucker anymore, I was like, fuck this shit. I ain't about to be running nobody else's damn group. That's when I created my own group. And then a lot of people transferred over there. But it grew and grew and grew. We had like so many people up in that group, and we would just cut up and we would just have fun. And it's kind of like, that's why I say with these Discords are going to Discord. It's just like those type of Facebook groups, IG groups, family chats, anything like that. You always going to have some mess. You might be in there kikiing and ha-ha and roasting and gagging and laughing and consoling people and congratulating people and praying for people, but it's always going to be some mess. It's always going
That's
to be some
why,
mess.
you know what I've always said, Hood Table. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Don't say nothing behind the scenes you can't say on Front Street. I'm in them discords. Do you see any of those texts saying anything I said wild or crazy? No. You want to know why? The most thing I post in there is funny gifts and good mornings.
And I think she froze because I was trying to see what that feedback was, and I was gonna mute her, but you got some kind of like squeaky feedback. But I dropped her down because I think she froze because they wouldn't even let me mute her.
Oh, yeah, it probably did. Hey, TC. Hey, Hood.
Yeah. But what up,
Hood,
TC? How you doing?
Hood and TC up in here right now. You got to say hey to them. You're a little behind.
What
I
up,
have to tell
Hood?
you.
Ooh, Charlie. Do you got anything else open? It's like a
Hold on. Let me see it.
weird, yeah.
It might be my, I just had my microphone. Hold on. Let me mute and
Okay.
unmute right quick.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. You said
Is that
it
any
is.
better?
Talk again.
Can you hear anything now?
No, it's the same. You might have to drop down and come back up.
Yeah, it might be there. Let me turn down the everything.
Okay.
Let me drop down, come back. It may be a little weird. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay, boo. All right, Charlie says she gonna be right back, child. She gonna be right back. You know how Charlie be like, child. Charlie gonna be right back, child. But how y'all doing early this morning? How y'all doing? I personally didn't know if it was safe to come out today because of all the shit that went down yesterday. Child. Whew. You said tomorrow is me and TC's birthday, gang gang. Happy early birthday! If I don't see you both tomorrow in the streets of the B sector, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes, yes. I love me a good old piece of birthday. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
What did
But
you
yeah,
do for
Carmen, I
your
didn't know if you had froze or what because you wasn't saying nothing, and that's why I was like, well, let me drop her down. Maybe she's stuck and she can come
I
back
didn't
up.
know what happened. I was going, hello, hello. I couldn't hear nothing. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, you was there for a minute. You was there for a good 5 or so minutes, and I was like, "Is
Oh,
she there?"
no, because I
Charlie?
could hear y'all, but then it just like dropped and I was like, okay.
Yeah, you were probably frozen. But Charlie, you coming through good now?
Is it still doing it?
It's still I don't know what that is,
Let me go
Charlie.
That
switch to my
beeping
damn
noise.
Yeah,
headphones.
that
Shit.
beeping noise. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it.
I don't know what the hell that is because this is my Yeti mic I'm using. I don't know what the hell. I'm going to test that out. I don't know.
And it's only when she talks.
Yep. It's only when you talk.
That's weird as shit.
Yeah.
No, but we was talking about them groups, and I was like, remember when I had All the Way Live?
You had all.
Man,
You said you had all the way what?
All the
Oh,
Way
all the
Live.
way like yes, yes.
That
That,
group, man.
ooh,
When I say the conversations we used to have in there, dude, now that I miss. Now if Facebook was like that still, I'd still be on there. I honestly would. And then we remember we kept thinking people was coming in and sabotaging us, but it was Facebook doing it the whole time.
yep.
That's why so many of our groups fell apart.
Absolutely. Oh, here Charlie again.
We good
Charlie
now.
Hood said you sound like Morris Code.
Swear to God. Good now, though. We good now.
Oh, we good now.
I switched to my headphones, my gamer headphones. So I don't know what's going on with my microphone. I'm gonna cry if something's wrong with my microphone.
Girl, you sound absolutely fantastic right now. But
I
yeah,
swear to
Hood
God, if
said
my
sound like
microphone
Morris
told,
Code. Yes, it was like
child,
beep,
that's
beep,
my
beep, beep,
Yeti,
beep, beep, beep.
baby. That's my blue
Yes.
Yeti. I'm gonna cry like a little bitch.
I'm like, do you need help over there, Charlie? You sending us Morris Code?
I need to blink
Oh my
twice or
god.
something.
Yeah, blink twice, blink twice.
So, Miss
But
Caramel
yeah,
Bunny, you met your man through one of the Facebook groups, sisters?
Yeah, in one of these groups we had been in there and just, laughing and joking, and everybody know me know I'm a smart ass. So everybody that would say something, I had something smart to say back. And he just hit me up in my inbox, and that was at the time when people were sending all them dick pics, and I was like, oh, not another one. But the way he approached me, he was just like, I enjoy your conversation, this and that. Do you mind if, I inbox you privately and this and that? And I was like, okay, that's different. That's some grown stuff instead of just sending me a pic thinking I want to look at you. They all look the same to me.
yeah, because everybody used to send dick pics back in Facebook. I'm like, what?
Oh,
You
do you know how
just
many
open.
times I'd wake up with you just wake up, open your messenger, all of a sudden there's just D's
Right,
everywhere.
Right,
I'm
right.
like,
right.
Let me make sure this is TC real quick, y'all. TC,
Yo, it is
hey,
hey,
I.
morning.
TT.
Hey, everybody. Good morning, Hood, Caramel, Charlie.
Good
I
morning.
just, I listen. I know y'all talking about Facebook and all that good stuff. I just wanted to get up here and say to my Hood Cappy and to all the Cappies here in YouTube and
Happy
in the world.
house.
Happy birthday, y'all. You know we got it. And Dr. Martin Luther King and all that. Y'all mean.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Happy
And
birthday
thank you.
to you.
Hey,
Happy
hey,
birthday to you. Okay.
hey, hey.
Happy,
That's,
happy birthday to you.
thank
Y'all
you,
have a
thank
blessed
you.
birthday.
Double nickels, baby. Double nickels.
Yes.
And
Happy birthday,
Hey.
love.
yes, honey. And it was interesting because the other day I was somewhere and I asked these two little kids, the brother and sister, and I said, "It's my birthday coming up." They was like, "Yeah, really?" I was like, "Well, how old do you think I am gonna be?" And so the little girl said, 32. I was like, Yeah, but you
Oh.
know that.
We gonna
I
go with that.
Yeah, you daggone right. Whatever you say, that's what we're going with. And the little boy said, "No, I don't think so. I think like something like 25 or something." I was like,
Oh,
"What? Do y'all
he
want a
trying to get a
car,
tip.
I know.
girl? You want me to buy you a car for my birthday?"
They trying to get some money somewhere. Shoot.
They good. Listen, these little things know how to get it from everybody. Okay, if they keep on that, a flirt, or what is it? A flattery will get you everything. I don't care what they
Okay.
say. Okay,
Well,
but
T,
anyway,
since you don't look like you double nickels.
thank you. That my mama and my daddy, they good genes and good taking care of yourself.
Well, you
That's the
know the
key.
old saying, black don't crack. I'm just saying.
Ow! And beige don't age. So it's
Uh-oh.
all that.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's a new one to me. So
I mean,
hey.
like black don't crack, but it can wrinkle. Y'all better put that
It
Ooh.
cream on that. Put that cream on there every
could
day.
wrinkle, right? But sometimes you gotta iron it out. You know what I'm
You
saying?
gotta
You just
iron
gotta
it out,
iron it
baby.
out. That's all. Gotta iron it out. But thank you so much. But I just wanted to come up and say to the hood, thank you so much. And to all the Cappies. I know Trejor, there's a bunch of people. So anyway, to everybody. And thank you all. And y'all go ahead Facebook, talk about all that stuff they was doing. Because
Girl, it
I'm
used to
too
be.
young for that. I'm too young for that. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't indulge. I'm too young for that.
Girl, we had
Yeah.
them every age in our group, every age.
Girl, didn't
Ooh.
we?
Go ahead,
Mhm.
y'all. Thank you. I'll talk to y'all.
All right,
All
Peace out.
sweetie.
right.
Peace.
Hey,
Hey.
good morning, Trejor. How you doing, love?
Oh, and happy
Um,
late birthday to Treasure too.
Yes,
yeah.
happy birthday to all the cats.
Happy birthday. I'm just biding my time till Aries season, but y'all go
I
ahead.
know. But
I
yes,
still got a little
Carmen.
while before Leo season.
Okay, Carmen Diva. So tell them how it was. Okay, not everything, but So
But
go ahead,
what?
go
Which
ahead with
one?
your relationship history.
Oh, just I because of all of the BS that was coming through my inbox at the time, and with me being one of the admins, so I had to sort through all of that BS. But I appreciated him coming to me on a grown folk level and a respect level versus, hey, what's up with you? Who you messing with? You wanna come through tonight? Can I come through tonight? No, nigga. If I wanted that, I would have asked you, or I would have told you I was coming through. But it's just I don't know about nobody else, but I enjoy my space, my private space. He's used to his private space. When I want to go see him, I go that 219 miles and I go see him. And if I say, okay, I need you to come up here, then he drive that 219 miles up here. And, we talk every day and, decisions that I make here in the household, I tell him about it. He'll give me his opinion. Whatever he's got going on down there, he do the same. He'll call, he'll be like, babe, I'm about to do such and such. I'm thinking about doing. What do you think? And that's just how we roll.
I met my hubby through we had I was doing a streaming app called You Now at the time. And he followed a YouTube over there. I followed a YouTuber over there, right? Because that used to be the thing. Big O took that over though. But it used to be You Now. Like the big YouTubers would go over there to there. And so we just so by happenstance, and that's why I say it has to be fate. Um, we literally fell into the same group, right? The same group
Hmm.
of folks. We both joined the same group, and at first, everybody knew me in the group and wanted to add me, but there was one person that was trying to fight it because I wasn't really a streamer like that because I had crap internet at the time, like real bad, girl. I had that satellite internet. Um, and now I got the good stuff, but back then I had that internet that make you go what? Um, and so like the one dude kept fighting, but everybody was like, "Nah, but we all know Charlie. Let Charlie up in here. She support everybody." And I even got a name over there. Like people still know me to this day as Capture Queen because I capture moments over there, and I literally captured over 3,000 moments in one broadcast, and beat the like all time thing, right? And because that was the thing back in the day. But so we met through them, and we've been friends now for over. I'm still friends with a lot of those people from that group. But we met over 10 years ago, got together halfway through, somewhere about 5 years, be 6 years this August. Um, and we did the long distance thing for quite a while, but then we decided to get a house together. And we've been living together now for over a year, a little over a year.
And how's
And
that going?
it's been going great actually because we built that friendship
Uh-huh.
before the relationship. It's like having your best friend in the house with you. And if
Right.
we do have a disagreement, because we had to learn each other and the way each other is, right?
Uh-huh.
Because it's different being with each other and being long distance than living with each other.
Right, right.
And so we had to get to know each other and our little quirks and little things. I done told him, this is what I done said. When I say I do, because I don't lie to God, I said, you better go in that other room if you get angry, and we're gonna talk about this later, because I don't believe in no I don'ts after the fact. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I said you
Right.
better we're gonna talk this shit out like adults. And yeah, we've had disagreements,
Yeah.
but that's as far as it goes. Like after the disagreement's over with, we have our conversations about it. We talk about it like two adults and get over it.
And ain't nothing like makeup sex. Woo wee.
Right. But I mean,
Sometimes I think people fight just to get there.
right, right.
Girl,
But I like
shit.
the fact, like you said, you establish that friendship first, because literally there's nothing that I cannot talk to this man about. Literally. And I've not had that in a relationship before. I'm always trying to hide something or hold something back, or that he don't need to know this or that. When I say we talk about any and everything, literally. And the crazy part is we talk about, I always say they're just the most inane conversations, but I always learn something. And I'm always teaching him something too. But I was wondering about how was the initial moving in process, because see, the part of the reason that we are not living together is because he doesn't want to move back to Omaha, and I do not want to move to Kansas City.
So y'all
So,
could find something that's like a little either in between. So that's when we were talking about doing this move a long time ago, we were debating on where to move to, right? Because he was from Long Island, New York. I'm from Mississippi.
mm,
So we had a lot of places we could have wound up. But the housing market in Mississippi is so good. For what he and even his mom and daddy are moving down here now.
oh wow,
Yeah,
We could go to Topeka, Carmel Diva.
girl,
we were we were talking about moving to possibly at the time, like we were talking about the Poconos. You know what I'm talking about? Because like his family had a vacation house there once. So we were talking about a bunch of different places, Tennessee, in between, here in New York. But it wound up, I was looking around. New York was not going to be a good idea. He had a house there, and I have a house here, right? But the New York situation wasn't going to be good. We looked at. I have a son who's supposed to be 17. I didn't want my son in some of that mess, if you get what I mean.
mm-hmm.
And so
Mhm.
I was like, yeah, I don't know about that too much. And him becoming a teenager and getting involved with some stuff, you know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah,
I don't know. And I
Yeah,
had a lot of
busting over the
animals.
head, Charlie. You know how we gotta do with our sons sometimes. What I tell you about?
Well, I also have a lot of animals, and I had a lot of animals at the time. My two outside dogs have since passed away, and I had like 10 cats, or it had gotten down to 5 or 6 at the time. But when we first started talking, I had about 10 outside cats because I had 10 acres so they could roam the property. They kept the mice down and all that situation.
Oh damn, 10 acres? Shit.
Yeah,
you
and
talking
I
about
still got
cats,
that.
baby? You talking about cats? You ain't never got to worry about Karma Diva coming to visit you.
Right now, I only got one inside and one outside. That's it. But I have 3 dogs inside. And my 2 outside have since passed, like I said. But moving to New York, I couldn't. You can't have outside dogs. I don't know if y'all know that.
Oh,
They have
really?
strict laws. You cannot leave them
Really?
outside.
But they can have rats all over the place. Go ahead. Sorry.
They'll let you keep them as long as they're indoor, and but you cannot leave a dog outside all the time. They will call
I did not
animal
know
control
that.
on you.
Yeah, and I had kind of thought about something like that because I was like, I was riding and in this particular neighborhood, and I did not see any like dogs being outside except for like on a leash with a person. But and I started thinking when I was little, my dog had a dog, literally had a dog house. There was a stake in the ground with a chain in it. I mean,
That's how it was in the hood everywhere back in the day.
right. And if your dog got off the leash or off the chain, people knew who your dog was. They bring your dog back.
Or the dog would just come back. Dad would be like, "Oh, they know
Yeah,
how to get
that
back
too.
home." How they get back home, Dad, if they've been stuck in the backyard for 13 years? Like how they
Girl, I had a
but
dog.
anyway,
We had walked almost a half a mile away from the house, and I don't know. She had wandered off, so we thought the dog was gone. Girl, 2 weeks later, that dog showed up back at the house. We was like, how?
I had a
But
German Shepherd who was fixing to turn. She was 13 years old at the time. I sure wasn't getting rid of her. And I had
mhm.
a bulldog who showed up to my house just randomly. Somebody threw him out, right? And I tried to find, the owners of him, and I couldn't find him. I put him all over Facebook. I slapped him everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And nobody wanted him. And I kept. He was a goofy big baby, to the point that the reason we lost him, he was only 4 years old, was we had a freak hailstorm come through,
hmm
and the dummy did not get in his house and was running around in it. Yeah. He wasn't all there in the brain. Let's just say that I love
sometimes,
him, but he
look,
wasn't
sometimes
all
them
there.
animals, you look at them and go, "What the hell are
And
you
I
thinking?"
couldn't get out there to him. You know what I'm saying? Because I could get hurt, right?
Right.
And I was sitting there screaming from in the house, "Get in your house!"
And he was probably like,
I'm
"What?"
just picturing this.
Look, the dog coming closer to my what? What you say? I ain't hear you.
And good morning to Ham Show 310. How you doing this Sunday morning? Thanks for joining us.
Let me say it like this: this dog was so goofy if he got off chain, because we were actually in the process of building a fenced-in backyard for him and her. Right? Well, she passed away of old age. I can understand. She was 14. You know what I'm saying? Old age
Mhm.
happens. A German Shepherd that lives to be 14. That's pretty good old age.
Right.
Uh, and but he was young, and I was sitting there. We were in the process, and if he didn't sit there and stand right in the middle of a hailstorm that was dropping golf ball size hail, I'm not sitting here.
So what? It knocked him out. I mean, like,
It broke something on the inside of him, and we didn't notice
oh,
it until 2 days. It took 2 days. He went
Oh,
to coughing, and I was like, usually he did that because he was goofy and would run at the end of his chain and choke himself. Um, yeah, he was goofy as crap. Uh, and I thought he had done that. I was like, quit jerking your neck like that. We're gonna have the back, done soon. Just calm down. The back's gonna be done. And it wasn't 2 days after the hailstorm. That's
oh.
yeah. And it was a sad moment, because I loved him. He was a big baby, but he didn't have brakes. If you played fetch with him, he'd knock your butt down. You
I'm
had
about
to
to be on my
sidestep
second
him.
cup. D Ham, I'm
I,
about to be on my second cup of coffee. Matter of fact, y'all hold it down
I'm
so I
halfway
can get
through
my
my
second cup.
first. I'm
Okay, I'll
halfway
be
through
right
my
back.
first. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
was drinking.
if y'all do ever think about moving in together, because that will eventually happen, it will.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I would suggest, since he doesn't want to move back to your area and you don't want to necessarily move to his, look for something that's in between.
Girl, ain't nothing in between us. And I mean, I'm being so serious. It ain't nothing in between us but like cornfields and
Hey, you
It's
That's
never
what
know.
I
You
be
might
trying to
find a
tell
good
them.
house market out there. You might find a good house
That's
market
what I
out
be
there.
trying to tell them, Karma Diva. You know, people still think we ride around on cows and horses. Well, we got neighbors with horses, but you know, I be trying to tell them that the country part is like hours away, but it is all fields and animals
yeah.
and
When you
barley and
Don't
leave out of
corn.
like when you
don't you
leave out
think
of
I
the
know
Omaha
that?
Metro, when you leave out of Omaha Metro, there's I mean, yeah, there's nothing but fields then. But if you are in the metro area, and I mean that's including all our little suburbs, Bellevue, Millard, Papillion, Elkhorn, all of that. I mean, Omaha is a city. It's we
But
ain't
they
as
don't
big
think
as
that, Karma Diva. They don't think we a city. They think we just. I'm like, I can't explain
Oh,
it.
they think, girl, you know what they think about Mississippi? They think we ain't got a city one. We ride around here in shacks. We ain't got nice cars. We hillbillies. We ain't right in the head. All this other stuff. Child, they come down here and their first thing is, oh my God, y'all got big cities.
Like all the people that come through here, Karma Diva, all the stars, the celebrities. Like I be trying to tell them, like
right.
sometimes we'll get 50 Cent here for the weekend, and he just kicking it in the club. Like people come here because we low key, but we got a whole bunch of us here,
We
and
got a. I'm gonna tell you, my best
like they be
friend.
like, Omaha got a hood. Yeah, we got a hood. Like
Like, okay, for instance, like I just went to Oklahoma. That's one place we did agree we thinking about moving is Oklahoma. But we went down there. My best friend, she had graduated, but her husband, he used to be a truck driver, and they had sent him up here for like some kind of training. And so he was like, "Hey, come pick me up, sis. I'm in Omaha." And I'm like, "Okay, well, where you at?" He was like, "Out at the Sap." He said, I'm by the Sap Brothers. Do you know where that is, Tanya?
yeah, that's out there by Warner Enterprises.
Right. He was working for Werner. He was over there training. That's damn near to Lincoln. I'm like,
Yeah,
you.
that's about a 45-minute drive.
I'm like, you on the outskirts of Omaha, the very, very outskirts. He was like, yeah. He was like, I know we probably ain't got nowhere to go kick it or nothing and this and that. And I was like, oh, for real? I'm finna show you. Girl, I took him all through South Old projects. I took him through Hilltop. No, Hilltop was gone. I take it
Hilltop,
back.
Pleasant View,
I took him through Pleasant View. I took him through Spencer.
Spencer
Then
Project.
and then at the time, girl, Hattie Mae's was open. So I was like, you wanna go have a drink? Called up some of my kinfolk. Girl, we went down to Hattie Mae's.
On Redmond.
Yes. And Hattie Mae's was gutter butt back then.
Hattie Mae was
So
as good as you can get, boy.
girl, he was in there. He was like, I did not know y'all had hoods. Like, I'm like, oh, we as ghetto as it come. Trust and believe.
Trust me, we got people who live in our city who don't like going to certain neighborhoods, but not even speak about the people outside the city.
Right.
Ugh.
I'm like, we got people. I remember when I was doing my floating throughout the different clinics, and I was out at Lakeside, and there were girls I was in there talking to, and they were like, "Yeah, I've never been past 72nd Street." One girl was like, "I've never been past 90th." I'm looking at them like, "You ain't never been past 90th Street." Granted, we was on 168, but I'm like, "You better explore your city." I'm like, "You don't know what you missing out on." I was like, "Better yet, no, stay over there because you gonna bring trouble this way. So
I know
stay out
that's
there.
right.
Don't
Girl,
come in."
Charlie. I remember this one time, Charlie. I was living off of where is I at Karma Diva? Remember the crib we used to wait a minute, what's that? Sailor
Down
Street?
on 14th.
No, not that house. Not the one off of Sailor. I don't think we had our group when I was on Sailor. But it was off of Sailor Street down there kind of closer by Ames Street over there before you got to Carter Lake. You know over there. Off of
That was
18th Sailor.
14th.
No. That was near Lothar Block. I'm talking years before then. Years before then. I didn't
See,
we
I
we
didn't meet
didn't have
you
a
till
group
you
then.
was. I didn't meet you till you was up on 48th over there off of Curtis
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
over
So
there.
yeah, that was before then. Matter of fact, hold up, let me think.
That
That
was
was the
that was
crib before then. So that was the crib before then. So yeah, we never had parties there. At least not for the group. I had parties and shit, but not for that group. But
okay.
anyway, I was staying there, right? And that's when I
Mhm.
used to be in real estate and I used to work downtown. And one day I got up, my car broke down. I can't remember if it was a flat. I can't remember what the fuck was going on. But anyway, my car had broke down and I called in to work, and somebody was like, "Oh, I'll come and get you now." This is white guy, right, Charlie?
Oh, I remember
And
you
he's
telling me this
from
story.
Iowa. He's from Iowa, and if you know this area, Iowa is like a hop away. It's like a bridge away from
Right.
our downtown. But and being that we work downtown, but he's from Iowa where it was like mundane Iowa.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's not
Monday.
good. Yeah, like 30, 40. It was a bit of a drive. He's all out there nowhere in city life where he grew up. If he literally comes downtown, get off the interstate, come to work, and go
You
back
scared
to
that
where
white
he come
man.
from. Right, right. So he don't know Omaha. He
Mm-mm.
don't know us like that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, one day I called in. I said I
Wrong
can't come to
turn,
work.
son. Wrong turn.
Don't do it. And so I was called in for work, and he said I can come pick you up. He's all I can come pick you up, no problem. And I'm like, okay, you sure? And he was like, yeah, just send me the deets. That was back when everybody had not the real navigation. That was back in the TomTom days. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, girl,
And
don't bring up Garmin and Tom Tom.
You
yes,
got that. You
yes,
got that white man somewhere he don't know where he at, scared the bejesus out
girl.
of him.
Let me tell you, Charlie. So this what had happened. He said, I could come and get you. There was another white girl that worked in my job. And I mean, we kind of, it's kind of a bougie establishment. I wasn't bougie. But we had our own offices and shit, could
Ghetto.
close our door and block it. It was like that, real estate. And she said, no, don't do it. You don't know that area. No, that's the hood. They got not she's telling him everything that could possibly go wrong. And he's looking at her like, it can't be that bad. And if she lives there, it can't be that bad. And I'm down like almost on 16th Street, Carmelita. So that's
Oh,
like
it
as
can be
far
that
back,
bad. It could be
besides 14th
worse.
where I used to live off the Luther block. That's about as far as you can go that way in the hood. That's like the end of the hood going east, right?
Right.
And so she said, okay, but make sure you call me if you need. Girl, I'm telling you, he got there and he's just driving along. And, he gets there and he's looking around like, oh, he wasn't used to the hood and the houses and all that kind of stuff. Girl, he got there. He was like, oh my gosh, she made it seem like I was going to get shot before I got here. I'm like, man, she dragging. I said, you could, but, most likely not today. And so we get
Right.
back there. She was just, oh my God, you're back, girl. I wanted to cuss her ass out. I'm
I'd have been
like,
like, you
bitch,
know what? You taking me home, and I'm gonna
I'm
show
like,
you.
you really made him think I live. I mean, it was the hood, but come on now. Some people just
Well,
just
see,
That's
take
and I
like
it too
tell my
I'm
far.
gonna
daughter
say
like
that.
my daughter catches the bus, like home from school most of the time, except for lately when it's been cold. But she goes to the transit center. She be like, I don't say nothing to nobody, and I be scared. I said, you know what? She was like, maybe we should move out west. I said, I'll be damned if I move out there.
And they ain't even
You
had it
see?
like we had it growing up.
Yeah. I said, I'm gonna stay right here in the hood with my people where I know what they capable of. Out there, I don't know them folks. And they be doing some wild shit and it be mountain lions and shit out there. Ain't no mountain lions coming
Girl,
down
hold
north.
on, hold on. Tell him, Carmen Diva. I was talking to somebody. Charlie, did you hear it? Was you here that day when we was talking about mountain lions? And
Heck
somebody
yeah.
said, y'all
I
got
said
mountain
you better
lions in
have a pew
Omaha?
pew. I said you better have
Girl,
a pew pew.
that was Carmel Diva. I swear to God, that was about 3 days ago. I was talking about the mountain lion, the last one that came through. When he got as close as 72nd Street,
Yeah.
we was like, girl, I was like, Charlie, shit. I was like, you didn't want your kids outside because that motherfucker was like getting close to the hood. But
See
yeah,
now we don't have like mountain lions. We have black panthers. That's what we got down here, cause and it's only in certain areas, like where they about, if that makes sense. and there's only one area, and I ain't even seen none in years. So I think they may have, went extinct in that area, if that makes sense, because of hunters. Um,
We get
but
at least one a year here.
they think also down here that we don't have hoods. I'm like, you are bullshit. We got a place they called Mini Memphis. If you've ever been to Memphis, Tennessee, you know how rough it is. We got a place where I'm from originally, the town I'm from. And then I moved into another town and I thought Mini Memphis was bad. Hell no. I moved into another one even I'm from the hood and I was scared of that hood.
We
I'm
are
like,
They used to
basically
call
a
us Mini
smaller.
Chi-Town. Back in the 90s, they used to call us Mini. We was always on the fucking news.
It was our gang problem here in Omaha was so bad. We
Hmm.
were on what's that? The with Dan Rather. He
I can't
came
remember the
here
show
and
that he
was
used to be on. Dan Rather. What was the
and
name of the
Peter
show?
Jennings and all them, but they came here to interview our gang members, and and they was interviewing the Mad Dads too.
Yep,
Remember?
yep, the Mad Dads.
But
Which
they
got
had us
started
on
here, by
like
the way. The Mad Dads got started here.
but they had us on the evening news because our gang problem was so out of control, and people were like, "But you're in Omaha, Nebraska." But what people wasn't understanding is it was by design that
Yep.
all the gangs came here,
Because we was
and
right in
what
the
it
middle of the
is
map.
we're right in the middle of the map. We're in the I-80 corridor. I-80 runs from California to Virginia, and so we're right in the middle. And we didn't have all of that gang stuff, and so they were running drugs and guns, and they decided to start setting up shop because we're right here in the middle.
Remember the movie Belly, Charlie?
yeah.
When
I
they came
fucking
to
hate that
Omaha?
movie. I hate that movie.
When they tried to make it seem like it was Omaha, they didn't do a good job.
It
But
was New
basically in the
Jersey.
movie, one of the trips they made to get their drugs was here. Because back then we were known for drugs and gangs. It was like
Now,
I was like, how
y'all
the fuck they
know
gonna
at
put us
one
in that
time
motherfucking huh?
that Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, was considered the murder capital of the world?
I
It beat
remember
out
that.
Chicago. It beat out Chicago and everything.
Hmm.
At one time we had a and just recently, I think it was about 2 years ago, we was having a problem with shootouts and stuff. There's two places if you hear about us that you're gonna hear that from. One of them is not far from me. It's called Verona. The other place is called Columbus, Mississippi. And you're gonna hear a lot about that place, Jackson. But I'm talking about in North Mississippi. Those are the two places you're gonna hear about. Now Aberdeen done calmed down a little bit. I'm from Deantown originally. That's what we called it. Was Deantown. I ain't living there no more, but I was from there. But if you look it up, you'll see Columbus is always on the dang news for this shooting done happened down at the gas station and the gangs fighting and they had it so bad that people moved out of Columbus. And I'm talking about these nice, historical, beautiful homes. Gorgeous. People moving out left and right.
But
Oh
see,
no,
when you grew up
we
here,
known as
especially back in
Omaha,
the 90s,
Nebraska.
when you
Huh?
grew up here, especially in the 90s, they called us Omaha, Nebraska. And some people still matter of fact, remember when Boosie was here and it was a
Oh
shootout
yeah,
and somebody
little
died?
Boosie. They
A
shot up his.
Boosie
They
concert
shot
like
up.
a few months ago?
Didn't they shoot up him and Tiger? They shot up
Yes.
both of their vans.
Yes, and somebody died at the Boosie concert a few months back here. And Boosie on his IG, he was like, "Man, Omaha the blast, yeah, it's been real." But yeah, back in the day, if you grew up here, back in the day, of course it died down, just like most communities across the United States. That shit kind of died down over the years. It's still prevalent in certain areas, gangs and drugs, but it was so bad. And then to hear people,
Hmm.
oh my God, y'all have hoods. Oh my God, there's black people there. Oh my God. I'm like, what the fuck? Like y'all act
They
like
don't
we
understand.
live in
It's a
what
lot
do
of
you call
black people
those
from
places?
here.
What do you call those communities in the overseas where there's like 5 people that live there and they never seen civilization? Like y'all act like we just I don't know.
It's the funniest stuff if you think about it. Like you hear stuff about your area, right? And you know your area better than anybody. And you hear stuff and you're like, that ain't even right. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't from here. You ain't never been here
When I
before.
lived in Houston, I used and people be like, "Where you from?" And I say, "I'm from Omaha." Y'all got
See,
black
Linda
people
B
there?
said it right there in the chat.
And they be like, "Y'all got black people there?" And I tell them, "No, I'm the only one."
That's what I used to tell people all the
I,
time. Linda
I
B
hatched
said,
from an egg.
Linda B said,
Yeah,
I'm guilty. I said it before. Is there black people there? But you know what, Linda B? You know, we used to be the telemarketing capital of the world too, right? So
yeah, we
back in
were.
the day when we were the telemarketing capital of the world, and most of us here at one time in our life at least worked at one telemarketing. I worked about all of them, but
Cattail was
it
the
was
only
about
one I
100.
didn't work for.
It was probably one, maybe how many you think it was telemarketing? Like 1 to 200,
It was
maybe
a
more.
lot.
It
It
was
was,
hundreds and hundreds of telemarketers here. And you know all those shows in the middle of the night, Charlie? You can order
Mhm.
this 12 months, five
you
ninety
calling
nine
me?
per month. All those different things that they were selling at nighttime on TV
Call
when
this
everything
for a
else
free
come off.
Disney video.
Yes, that would be us here taking, I mean, all that kind of shit, right? So
You want to
every
hear
now and then
something
I would get
funny?
somebody to hit me up and they'd be like, ring, ring, ring. Hi, this is such and such. Da, da, da. Oh my God. Where am I calling?
Or
I'm like,
better yet, you know when you in
you
the
sound
store and
black.
your credit card declined, they was
Oh,
calling me at First
at
Data
first
so they
data.
could
Yep,
get an
first data.
authorization code.
They be like, you sound black. And I'd be like, I didn't know whether to be offended, but I got so used to it working telemarketing for years. I got used to people saying, are you black? And you live
Mm-hmm.
in, oh my God, there's black people there. I used to get so sick of that shit. But to
So
hear it now, still in 2025, it was one
y'all
thing in
riding
the
covered
90s.
wagons? Y'all probably still riding covered wagons. Yep.
Yes, it's 2025. Do you know we got Warren Buffett here? We got like billionaires that came
Right,
out
he
this
the
year.
third richest man in the U.S. And
Celebrities. I mean, Gabrielle Union. I mean, basketball players, movie stars, all kind of people that came out this motherfucker.
do you know the chick, the main chick from Greenleaf is from Papillion?
Yes, yes. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, we got all
And
kind.
that's not that far away.
No, that's about a 15-minute drive.
Yeah, fits well, depending on traffic. Maybe
Right.
25 at the most, with regular traffic, maybe 25 minutes.
Yeah.
You want to know the funniest thing I hear about my area that people tell me when they first come down? It's really messed up what I'm fixing to say. Oh, I
Uh-uh.
got told there was gonna be hangings in the streets and all this other stuff. I was scared when I came down here. Every
In the
person I
streets.
met, every person I met that was from up north that came down here and they were black, they were scared to come down here. And then they come down here and they're like, well, shit, there's more black people here than there is white people. I'm like, yeah. They're
I
like,
mean,
I'm
I
not
ain't gonna
afraid no
lie.
more.
Uh,
Yeah.
because of one of my favorite movies, which is Mississippi Burning, that thought does stick in my head. And
That is
then
one of our biggest.
but the thing is, I have to take, I can't put that label on all of Mississippi, just like I don't want that label on Omaha. You feel what I'm saying? That stereotype. So,
That's what I'm saying. We have very common occurrences like where they think y'all are in covered wagons and riding horses and stuff. They think the same thing. Now, I will say there is black folk down here that be riding horses and stuff, and that's for real.
I'm sure there's
hell,
a
But
lot of ghosts in them Mississippi woods. There's ghosts all over down south. I believe it, Linda.
oh,
but you
now I
know
will
what?
tell you there is ghosts everywhere down here. I will say that we are haunted like a mofo. Because I actually live near a thing called the Natchez Trace Parkway. Do you know what the
Ooh,
Natchez Trace Parkway is?
yep,
It's the original Trail of Tears.
yep. I was about to say that.
And that shit is haunted as a
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Well, when
We
people
made
get
it.
us twisted up here, like ain't nobody like we the only black people that live here, or we still tipping cows in the middle of the night. I just tell them look up the history of gangs and drugs in Omaha, and you
every
will
place
be
has
amazed.
cities.
You'll be
And
amazed.
it's like, yeah, you could probably go out and find a country area and find folk living out there and be in country. You know what I'm trying to say? But
Exactly.
Hmm.
then you got city folk, and it's the same for down here, right? We have our city folk and we have our country folk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on where you're from. Now, I've lived in both. So that's why I consider myself a little bit of both. I've lived in both areas. I lived in the city. I lived in an area that I'm gonna tell you this: if you heard a noise outside your door, you better jump up real quick because they trying to break in on you and steal some stuff. Like you couldn't leave nothing outside. I lived in an area so bad. Let me say it like this: you couldn't get mail delivered. The police wouldn't even come back there, and you couldn't get a pizza delivered to your house. And the pizza place was not too far from you. It was about a 10
Oh, I
minute
remember
drive.
them days. Remember them
I was about to
days,
You
say
had to,
it
when
was
you
a
look,
had
lot
we
to
of
go
couldn't
to
it
get
was a lot of
pizza.
school.
places like that
We
here.
couldn't get shit delivered back in the day to the hood. We couldn't get pizza. We
Right,
couldn't.
you had to go and pick it up. And be like, dude, you around the corner. Mm-mm.
They be like,
We
"Who
don't
going to go
deliver
get
there.
the pizza tonight?" You tell your address, they damn near hang up on you. Nope, nope.
I told them we told them our address. They said we don't deliver there. And I'm like, what you mean? You ain't but 5-10 minutes down the road. We'll deliver to the school, which is not even a walk. It's a minute walk from the house. They just wouldn't come to that
That's
specific
how the
neighborhood.
Godfathers is. We could be like the
And then
I
we
was
stopped
about
Godfathers.
to
going to the
say
school.
Godfathers, and when Pizza Hut was right there on 60th.
Right, right. Godfathers on 30th Street, they not that far from the hood, but they would not know because I mean it was well known
They
they
got
might get
robbed.
jacked. They might get
They got
robbed.
jacked. They
They
got
got
jacked.
jacked. I mean,
Outright.
I ain't
Now,
gonna hold you.
in
I
their defense,
understood.
here in Omaha, there have been a lot of people that done got jacked delivering stuff. Remember that one
And
guy?
killed. And
I was about
killed.
to say when them teenagers killed him up in
They
them
killed that man over that pizza money.
yeah, over there in them apartments when they first built them little duplexes or whatever you want to
Yep.
call them, going out there to the old Walmart.
Yep. Sure did. Charlie, and this was maybe let's see. Carmadiva
About five,
about
6 years ago.
15. How far was it?
It wasn't that long ago. It might have been about 7, 8. I'll give it about
Yeah, I
seven,
would
eight
say
years.
7, 8 years. It's been a minute, maybe not 10, but it's been a minute. So that's what I'm talking about. Like when people say, "Oh my God, y'all got hoods, y'all got," man, we done had some of the worst crimes happen here. We done had some of the worst crimes happen here.
I
But
will
then we
say, I
also
bet
had
y'all
some
can
of
say
the
this too.
best people come out of here as well. You know.
I bet y'all happy though that and like me, like you know the areas you don't go to after a specific time because you know that's where most of the shootouts and all that happen, right? So you all know the areas in your
Oh,
area.
but we don't, girl. You better ask somebody. We ain't scared to go nowhere.
I'm gonna
Girl,
tell you, there's certain places I ain't going to after dark.
When you born and raised in the
I
hood,
was born and raised. I ain't doing it because of
girl, we would be out all night. I mean,
there's
you better
some
ask
places.
somebody.
There's certain gas stations. Let me say it this way: there's certain gas stations you know you don't
yeah,
go
and
to.
that's what I was saying about my daughter. She's scared to go, and and I'm like, but I sheltered her and her brother, and I monitor them a lot more than because our parents were shit. They was working. They was like, okay, don't kill yourself and come back home.
You know what,
Period.
Carmen, Eva, and Charlie? This was a couple weeks ago, and me and my sis, and we was having a conversation with our nieces, and they was up there like, man, we grew up in the hood. We grew up in the hood. We looking at them like, we raised y'all in the hood, but y'all didn't grow up in the hood that we grew up in. Y'all might have stayed on the same block that we grew up on, but it ain't us from the hood. It's not y'all from the hood.
Well,
Y'all
it's
wasn't
calmed
running
down a
from
lot
bullets.
too in
Y'all
some
wasn't running from
places.
bullets. Y'all didn't have people walking up on
Shit.
y'all with guns. Y'all didn't have people standing out on the corner selling crack all hours of the night. Y'all didn't have shootouts
Watching
every day.
prostitutes get thrown out
I
of
mean,
cars.
y'all didn't have that. So it's
But
one
I don't
thing
think
to
of it
live
as
in
trauma.
the
I
hood,
just think
but
of it as this is how we grew up.
right.
It wasn't trauma to me.
It wasn't.
You
Oh, somebody got shot. Oh my God. Of course you would cry. Oh my God, not Booty and them, not Pookie and them, not Ray Ray and them. But it was just normal.
right. And you know what's crazy? I just thought about this like 2 days ago. I was like, am I desensitized to things now because of what we grew up with?
I think I am.
But
I
in a
think I've
You
way,
been desensitized. I've
you
been
you
desensitized.
also have something that others don't have. And I'll explain to you what. You have a sense of awareness. Like if you know what I'm talking about because if you're from the hood, you know this. If you walk outside, you know if somebody's up to something. You could tell by just the way their body stance is. You looking at them.
Absolutely.
They can be
Yeah,
Absolutely.
across the
yeah,
street, down the street, like far away, and you just feel it in your
just
bones.
yeah,
You just
yeah.
know. You like,
We
you're
on
not,
that
you're not.
timing.
Yeah,
Be
you ain't
like,
fit
But
to
you
get
also
me.
know how to act in the hood too. You can. I heard somebody
right,
say this. I heard somebody say this one day on somebody's show on here. They say when you in the hood, you can't just be walking around. "Ah, da, da, da." You
We
gotta
walk
walk like you
around.
own that motherfucker. Like you run this
thank
block.
you,
Like you. That's how we grew up. Like you see a bitch across the street, you mean mug that hoe. You see a nigga across the street with his buddies and homies, you walk, even if you're the only girl on the block. Shit, you walk by like you got a whole knife in your motherfucking bra or a
girl.
razor in your teeth. Shit, we didn't walk around there like we was lost or like we
Looking
knew
Now
around,
what
that
time
makes
it
you
was.
victim number one in the hood. You victim number one if you look like a scared
Right.
like you shaking. Nuh-uh. You got to walk around like you own it.
and that's
Shit.
crazy because whatever hood I go to, wherever I'm at, no matter what city, I'm like that. Even like when I'm in Kansas City,
Or
I
Chicago. Yep.
right, I didn't grow up there, but I'm
Memphis.
not finna let you intimidate me. That ain't how this gonna work.
It's how you carry
And
yourself, technically.
right,
And you can
Oh,
tell when somebody's from the hood and grew up in it versus somebody who didn't. And you could sit there
exactly.
as you're
yeah,
watching the people, right? You could sit there and look and go, that motherfucker fits to be victim number one right there.
right,
I already know.
Girl, I used
right.
to hate when we used to go to Chicago with my one of my exes. His family was from there. I got family there too, but he got his family deep from there. And we used to go like 2, 3 times a year. And I never forget one time they didn't know where I was, and I was trying to get somebody because that's when I used to smoke cigarettes. I was trying to get somebody to take me to the store, take me to the store. I need some more cigarettes. I mean, we kicking it, we partying in the back of somebody's yard, we lit, barbecuing, everything. Nobody wants to. Just give me 10 minutes. Just give me five. Man, I must have took somebody's keys and went to the motherfucking store. You know how you remember? I don't know the city like the back of my hand, like hometown, but we was there enough times. I know which way to go to the store. I know which corner store is here. I know where I can get liquor. I knew that much. So I drove, got my music blasting, drove to the motherfucking liquor store, got me a bottle, got me some cigarettes. They was blowing up my goddamn cell phone. Where the fuck you at? Where you at? Did we tell you don't leave? You can't just be. Girl, I got back to the house. I was getting cussed out about, man, fuck y'all. This shit, what? Do y'all
I
Oh,
not
think
know
my
where
next,
I
I
grew
can
up?
tell you a
Like,
story about that, Hood Tape. I think I've
yeah.
told you before. You remember I told you I went to Memphis with this old boy who was big as all get out. He was like a cornbread fed, 300 pound. I'm talking about woo, swole mofo, right? Looked like he could be a linebacker. And I tell him pull over there to the corner store so I could smoke a cigarette because he didn't smoke in his car, right? I'm gonna
mm-hmm,
smoke me a cigarette. He was scared. This is downtown Memphis now, and everybody knows downtown Memphis is pretty bad. And this corner store I'm specifically talking about
That's where my
is
family
one of the
from.
worst ones. It's one of the worst ones that most people tell me I don't go to. Right? The crackheads hang out on the corner all the time. I was up in there smoking my cigarette. I said, "What? You scared? You bigger than me? I ain't scared. Why you scared?"
They do that to me in Memphis. They do that to me in Memphis. When I go to Memphis with my family and most of them stay in the hood, they be like, you can't just cuz. You just, down there, everybody cuz. You can't just
Cause
go down there cuz. What the fuck?
you
If
can't be
I want
going
to go
down
to
there,
the
cuz.
store, I'm going to go to the store if I want to go. I'm not going to sit around waiting on y'all
Was you in
motherfuckers.
downtown Memphis?
Girl, they all over Memphis. They
Good,
all
yeah,
over Memphis.
downtown the worst. Now midtown, but downtown by the
No,
I have
highway.
never
it was
been
no
to Memphis.
bougie neighborhoods. We was like in the hood. Like,
Oh yeah, you was downtown then.
yeah, yeah, but it's like when I go to a different state or different city and we in the hood, I'm drawn to that shit. Like if we go to Casey or Chicago or Memphis or somewhere else, I'm like, hey, let's go to the hood. Why you want to go to the hood every time we go? I just
Don't be
want to.
going down there, cuz. They don't
I
even
want to
say
see
the
what they.
Z.
Let's go to their hood
Please,
bar.
you
Let's go
gotta
to
leave the
their
Z
hood
out.
bar.
Cuz,
Right.
don't be going there, bruh. Don't be going down there,
Girl, my
cuz.
cousins down in Memphis, they be killing me. Cuz. I'm
And
Now
like,
I'm gonna tell
sometimes they
you
leave the
something
Z
about
off
down south.
completely. That's
The
some
one
funny
thing I'm
stuff.
gonna tell you about down south that I love, I don't give a damn how big or small they city is. They gonna party.
Hell yeah.
You gonna party. I mean, you gonna walk out of there. If you ain't sweated your hair out, something wrong with you.
I would tell you the ones that'll get you is when you find out about, like, if you down here and you hear about a field party, what they call a field party, that's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
your funnest time you ever had in your life. Motherfuckers gonna be drunk and passed out all over that field. But I promise you, it's gonna be the funnest time you ever had
I done been
in
to a
your
couple
life.
of barn
Well, you
parties.
know,
Barn parties, yeah. I used to do them as
Barn
a
parties is
teenager.
fun in a motherfucker
oh
too,
yeah.
boy.
D Ham said the hood was fun in the city of Compton, but my kids don't know anything about it. Absolutely, Charlie. Being from the hood has saved my life. Being from the hood, man, I'm telling you,
Right,
if you can grow up in the hood and get by with your life, get by, you know what I'm saying? It's like
right,
it's
right.
not that you can't be anybody from the hood, but what I'm saying is if you can come through shit like that, gangs and drive-bys and drugs and murder, I mean, all the time just growing up like that's just natural.
Normal.
There's nothing in life that you cannot get through. I promise you. I'm not
That's
trying to
why
I'm
the
not
other
trying to
day
what
The
do they
hood
call
we
it?
teaches
You
you
try
how
to
to
make things
live.
look
It
good.
teaches you how to live and how to survive.
Right,
That's
teach you
what it
how
does.
survival skills, instincts. I mean, but then you also have your morals too, and you have like what is it called? Loyalty. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying? You know what a
But see,
loyal
that's what we
motherfucker look like.
missing.
You know what a snake look like. You're not easily to be swayed or fooled. You know shit like that.
The hood
I
table
have been
remembers this.
told. I've been told a number of times that I have a dude's energy. I'm like,
Me
what?
too.
I'm like, what
We
does that mean? And they were like, you all woman, but you got a male's energy. Like you be like, well, fuck it then. Okay, cool. And you just walk off. And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Sit there and cry? Uh,
exactly.
that you know, if you know, back in the day, I ain't gonna. Hey, I wasn't no hoe, but I might have did hoe things. I was more of a pimp anyway.
Girl, we ain't gonna get started on the
But
being fast days. I got a lot of being fast days back in the gap,
but
child. I
I
ain't
had
gonna
a
hold
dude.
you.
Shit, I went over to this dude's house, got mine. I was like, okay, I'll holler at you. I'm getting dressed. He was like, damn, you just getting up and get.
You
What are we
treated him
supposed to
like
do
a
right
hoe.
here? What are we supposed to do? Cuddle? I was like, I'm about to go. I'll call you when I want some more. Bye.
Exactly. And you know what, Linda B, you right. She said the hood table because everywhere you go in the world are the same categories of people and situations. Just the specifics are different. That's right.
Yep,
Your blocks,
yep.
the streets might be different names of the streets. I mean, it might be different stores, it might be different colors or different type of schools or different type of, but it's all boils down to the same. Everybody got a bougie neighborhood, everybody got the suburbs, everybody got the hood, everybody got somebody in your motherfucking family that you wish wasn't family. You know what I'm saying?
Girl.
Well, you remember hood table where they said the one person didn't like me because I uplift the hood. Here's the thing, I come from it. You know what I'm saying? There are good and bad parts of every place you live. I don't care if it's the hood, the country. I don't care where you live. You know what I'm saying? There's good and bad parts. Just like the community in the hood is one of the most amazing things. You ain't never seen nothing until you've been in the hood and everybody know everybody. And I could walk down that street and I know my auntie, my uncle, and everybody looking out for me. You know what I'm saying? And we know when somebody was new in the hood. Somebody that ain't from there.
Yep. And if you got
Having
into some
block
shit,
parties.
they didn't even have to know you. If you got into some shit, like I'll be like these people on here on this damn algorithm, this damn entertainment platform, when they be talking about they be up here keyboard gangstering on here and acting like thugs and all that kind of shit. You don't want to see me, woo woo woo. Like some of these motherfuckers, I just laugh because I'm like, they is not like
But
that
what I always tell you,
in real
Boo,
life. They don't want it.
Booski, Booski, what I always tell you when you be talking about that beef sector, I'm not getting into that because see they like to type on there. They like to use their hands on the keyboard. I like to use my hands to punch people.
And see,
I do this every day.
that's why I never got into the beefing. I never got into the beefing on here. Not like I ain't said my words or I didn't say something to somebody or responded. But I'm not into the beefing, the going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I
All
didn't
that
argue in
doxing
real life. As
people.
soon as a bitch barely got bit out her mouth, her teeth was flying across the floor. Like I'm used to fighting, growing up fighting.
Thank you.
So this stuff, this shit was really new to me when I ran across the B sector. I'm looking at these motherfuckers like y'all
Because when
really
you were
like.
telling me about the doxing shit, talking about people showing up at people's house, you show up at my house if you want to.
And see, there's only been probably a handful or less of that, but it's been more of people doxing you and finding out where you are. And it's like I've always was like, I don't give a fuck. Like because ain't nobody gonna come to the crib. Like ain't nobody gonna come to the crib and see when you live in the hood, you ain't even gotta know a motherfucker. If some shit popping off, people coming outside.
I'll tell you this much. This is
What
a
the fuck
true
is going
story.
on over here? You good? Like
So listen to this. You know how you said you ain't even gotta know a motherfucker, but we all know we all hood.
exactly.
Check this out. Me and my cousin one night. This tell you how long ago this was. It was after hours, and we went to Hardee's. And you know how Hardee's line used to be late night.
Long as fuck.
Man, that motherfucker would wrap around that building. So it was a car in front of us and a car behind us. And the car in front of us was beefing with the people behind us. We didn't know them motherfuckers, so it was like, okay, whatever. So the people in front of us pulled off. And the people behind us, it was like two, three white girls and a white dude in the in behind us. So we pull up. This bitch pulls up and she damn near hits my car. So I get out and I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you and this and that? I'm not seeing that this other girl done climbed out and she got a beer bottle in her hand. My cousin reaches under my seat and grabs my baseball bat. So now we in the middle of the line arguing with these chicks drunk. A dude pops out and he finna come around and thinking he finna, talk shit to us. It was a car full of brothers behind them. They get out. And they was like, oh, hell no, y'all ain't finna fuck with the homegirls. And I couldn't tell you what them dudes look like. I didn't know them dudes from Adam. But the fact was, they wasn't finna let them fuck with us untouched. I'm like, see, now
Untouched and
that's, to me,
unscathed.
that's hood love. That's hood love. Even though they didn't know us, they seen what was going down and was like, nah, we ain't finna let that happen.
Absolutely. That's why I'll be like, they be like, oh, I'm scared to get back up there. I mean, of course, you don't want nothing like that to happen to you, but I mean, like, what's the most it's gonna do if somebody docks you and find out, unless you got some goddamn people underneath your stairs, or you done something heinous to some kids, or something like that. But most of the time, when
Or you
people
got a
dock you,
good government
they find
job. Your
out where
ass
you
don't need to
work.
be on here.
They find out where you
Right.
work. They find out where you live. They find okay, and now what? Now what? It
I
doesn't
just,
stop. It doesn't stop anything when it comes to that. People still be beefing, going back and forth, cussing, screaming, shouting. You
I
know what I
just
mean?
ain't got time for that. Now I will argue with some people on the internet. I'll get in some of my little YouTube comments and we get to going.
Oh yeah, you have, girl. Yes, you have.
But you know me, and I tell people, I'll fight you. That I ain't got no problem doing that. But I'd rather verbally assassinate you and shut you the fuck up.
Girl,
You know,
I'll
we
be up
used to do
here.
that as kids, like little big kids on the playground. We just be
That was on
cussing
the
each other.
playground.
We was on the
Yeah.
playground doing that, making fun of each other's mamas, and then
Yo mama
sometimes it went a
so
little
fat. Yo
yeah.
mama so black. Yo mama so dumb. That was the shit we used to do back in the day.
So that's
I
I
why in
tell
the
people,
beef
like I
sector,
tell my kids, I
it makes
said,
me
you
think
know
of
what?
that.
Go read. I'm like, my kids think I'm a nerd and goofy and this and that. And I said, okay, that works, but it's helped me a lot in life because I've read the dictionary, so my vocabulary is fantastic. So I can sit there and assassinate, just like when I used to work up there at the hospital, and people call and try to be smart on the phone, and they be like, "You trying to get smart?" No, I'm already smart. You're trying to reach my level. I didn't.
Why
I
it makes
didn't.
me think of the song "Get on My Level," ho.
I know,
They
get on
be
my level. And no, Corio is not here. Corio, she probably at home in bed right now, or probably watching some of us. Because I did talk to her the other day. I was like, girl, did you see such and such? Girl, did you watch such and such? Now, let me tell you, I ain't gonna hold you. And we ain't gonna be on here for too much longer because I didn't even mean to be here that long. But trust and believe, I am enjoying myself. But you are right, D Ham Show. If you have a Martin Luther King Boulevard, you are in the motherfucking hood. And we definitely got a
Mhm.
Martin Luther King Boulevard. We got a Malcolm X. We got all that shit up here because you know Malcolm from here, Malcolm from her. Okay.
Mhm.
But as far as that though, when I was talking to Corey the other day, trying to update her on what's going on, like, were you getting your life, Charlie, between KRN and Lady Nika?
Oh, child, I want to talk to the mod for Mod Monday that got fired on their day off.
Girl, Lady
Damn.
Nika done fired, I don't know how many, and then she was trying to recruit at the same time. She like, do you want to be a mod? I need people around me that I know got my back. I was like, child, she firing and rehiring.
Be
Firing and
like, well,
hiring.
don't hire me because I ain't got nobody back but my own.
Girl. Uh-uh-uh. All I say when it comes to mods, when it comes to the mods, I said this before. Or even like people on here that I might be cool with. Like everybody is not gonna agree with you. Everybody's not gonna like what you say. But just like with the discourse, I was like, I don't really care about them damn discourse. People gonna say what they want to say. My only thing has always been if you supposed to be cool with me, but then you talking behind my back and dragging me and shit like that. That's the kind of shit where I'm like, okay,
Linda
moving
B,
right
I
along,
agree.
moving
That's the
right
way I
along.
am. I, I I put it like this: my family is known for their tempers, especially the women in my family. We are
Same
known
here.
for our tempers, and out of all of us, I'm me and my one younger cousin. We are the two who would try to talk to you first. We may just verbally argue with you, and then if all else fails, fuck it. It's a one hit quitter from there. We
Well, see,
finna end
we
it.
got people with bad tempers in our family too. Some of
Mm,
my family, and I know some of yours. Okay,
yeah. And I
yeah,
mean, it is what it is, and
it is what it is. It's like stay in your place, stay out the way. But see, I have a temper, but only when I'm pushed. Like, cause I'm not the kind of person who just immediately go to fighting. I mean, I'll try to ignore you. I'll try to, things like that. But if it goes too far and you just keep fucking with me, then it's like 0 to 100.
Well,
exactly.
I'm that funny friend that's gonna try to laugh away things a lot of times because I was that friend that had the hot temper when I was younger, and I fought so much when I was younger, and I realized how crazy I am, if that makes sense. And I said, I can't be doing all this. I don't want to go to prison. Um, and so I chilled out my older years, if that makes sense. And I'm that friend that if you see me shut up, that's when you should worry. If I go to crying, somebody need to run.
Oh, if I
Oh,
start
don't let the
crying,
tears come. Don't let the tears come.
Uh,
first of all, everybody that knows me knows I got a big old pale, fat, yellow face. If my face turn red and I got tears, baby, it ain't because I'm scared of you. It's I'm scared of what I'm going
I'm
to
gonna
do to
do
you.
to you. Yes. I had to do
Girl.
So
some math on that one.
I suggest you stick a pin in whatever the fuck issue you got and you move on
And get the
because
heck away from me.
it's gonna be up from here. I
Mhm.
remember it was a girl when I worked out at Lakeside, and she always had something smart to say and was always trying to get it. And now, mind you, I'm literally the only black chick, the only black nurse in this whole section of the hospital. And you want to fuck with me? I went to a room one day and I was in there. I was so mad. I was crying. And somebody else had seen me and they came, they went out and told her, oh, you made her cry. I said, no, she didn't make me cry. That ain't why I was crying. I
I'm
was
trying to
crying
get you
because
going
I'm
to
at work.
jail.
Right. I was crying because I'm at work and I can't get her.
You don't want to lose
Girl.
your job. She ain't
I
working.
had a
Right.
similar situation. I had a similar situation. This was back in the when I say when you say Sat Brothers, I used to work out in that area, and I had this supervisor who started treating me differently. She used to love me, okay, but she started treating me differently because her and this other lady used to be cool, but then my supervisor applied for this position and she didn't get it, and the other lady got it. And so they kind of stopped fucking with each other, but I was still cool with the other lady. I mean, we used to go to lunches together and all that kind of shit, right? So she started treating me different and being mean to me and clocking me like, you 30 seconds late on your break. Don't let me write you up. I mean, she just went from cool as fuck to like the worst supervisor you want to work under, like within no time. And so I remember one time I came back from lunch and no, this is what happened. Okay, so I had went to lunch and I accidentally, now this was years ago, I didn't really know the protocol. And I had went to lunch with that lady and it was 30 minutes, no shorter, no longer. But when I got back, I realized I didn't clock out. So I'm thinking, oh, I'll just clock out now. And then 30 minutes later, I'll clock in, right? That's what I did. And so my supervisor, she came up there and she must have been looking at my time card at the, that's when you used to punch at clocks. I don't know if jobs still have that where you punch
Yeah.
at the clock. And I caught her looking at my punch clock and she was writing this shit all up. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do now? So she comes up to me while I'm sitting at my motherfucking desk and start yelling and screaming. You took 2 lunches. Da, 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 da. And I'm trying to explain to her what happened. I gotta write you up. Okay, go ahead. Whatever. I okay. Maybe I did do that wrong. Maybe I should have just said, supervisor, I forgot to clock out. It never happened before. So then another time, this was the last straw. Another time she had I was outside. That's when I used to smoke. And I was outside smoking with my friends. But see, and this was in my earlier years of work. And so, I kind of sometimes did what the fuck I want. But anyway, you know how you
Yeah.
have a 15-minute break, right? And
Mhm.
so we were really busy. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I can go out here and smoke a little bit of my cigarette. Then I can go back inside and start working. And then I can clock back out and use the rest of my 15 minutes break time, right? She came out there one day and I'm sitting around with all my homies at work and we cackalaacking and just shooting the shit while we smoking. Oh, you got to here where you took 2 breaks. I mean, she was screaming at the top. Everybody looking at her like, is this bitch? Like, what the fuck is wrong with her? So then
Girl.
I called my mom one day. I was on break and I called my mom and I was so mad. And my mom knows me. Like, she could never break up a fight if I was in a fight. She could never, like, it's just let her do what she's doing and we'll talk to her when it's over with. It was that type of shit. And so I was crying. I was like, Mom, I'm going to do this. I'm going to threaten. I'm like, I'm going to do, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Just if you're not happy there, just leave. But I need this job. That's my baby daddy. He wasn't working at the time. I need this job. We just had a new baby. I mean, there was a lot of shit going on. And I was scared to just quit. And so I'm crying on the phone to my mom. She already knew when I got to the tears. Like, it's a motherfucking rap. And so one day she called me down to the motherfucking HR. And I'm like, God damn, what the fuck I do now? So I'm down there to the HR and she's writing me up. I'm like, what did I do now? Oh, well, those last 2 times when you took I tried to explain it to her. We're writing you up and you need to sign this. I must have stood up because I was at the boiling point. Then I stood up, I took that badge, I threw it across the room and hit the damn HR lady in the face. And I stormed out there and said, fuck you, fuck your write up, fuck y'all motherfuckers. I'm out this
I
bitch.
ain't
I
signing
quit.
shit.
I quit. I mean, I must have took that badge off of my motherfucking shirt and slung that motherfucker across the
Oh
room.
no, let me tell you
And
this
I hit the HR
story.
lady in the motherfucking head
Mm-mm. When I was working, like I
and
said, I used
stormed
to
off. And then
float.
the security guard, they came looking for me. Hold on 1 second. The security guard, they called the security guard so fast. I was to my desk then and I was telling people I'm going, I quit, fuck this shit. I ain't gotta do this shit no more. And I'm doing all this shit. The security guard came running, chasing me down, making sure that I didn't do anything, steal anything. They had to walk me out. I said, fuck all y'all mother girl. Got home, I cried all the way home. I ain't got no job. But that was one of the learning lessons that I give my sons. If you are not happy at your job, do not
Mhm,
stay there. You keep looking
mhm.
and looking and try to find your motherfucking job because you should not allow any employer to treat you any kind of fucking way. And that's one thing I learned. That was a big lesson at that time. But
I have told supervisors before when I found this job I was looking. So therefore, you can keep fucking with me if you want to. I'm gonna tell you this: there was a doctor I was working for, and this particular doctor, she had already had 3 nurses quit on her in 1 year. Hello, senior staff. Can y'all pay attention to this? She's already had 3 nurses. Girl, I was out there. Now we didn't have this lady's chart. The lady called. She had a question. I took a message, set it at the doctor's station for her to read and call the patient back. This bitch come in. But where's the chart? It's not out here because we had to bring charts back and forth between the 2 clinics. I said, well, it's not here. She called. Well, I can't do anything without this chart. And she gonna throw the paper. I said, you know what? And I was calm. I said, you throw one more piece of paper and I'm going to throw a phone. And she looked, you can't tell me that. Seems like I just did. I said, you know what? I think I'm feeling sick. I called my boss and I told her what happened. She was like, please. I said, I'm going home. I need a mental health day. But Chianti, she needs
they
you.
will try you.
I
Hmm.
was like, I don't care. But girl, I had one doctor. I got to work early that day because I was like, okay, I want to set up my desk. I want to go get my coffee, have everything done before I clock in. Girl. And so this other doctor, he had came, he seen me. He was like, I need some blood drawn in this room, but I can't find my nurse. I said, well, let me clock in and I'll do that. I go in there, I literally draw 6 vials of blood. I'm coming out, I got 6 vials of blood in my hand. This doctor come around the corner. Where you been? I got patients that need to be roomed and you're just walking around here and you're not doing nothing. Girl, I just looked down and I walked away for a second. I set that blood down. I said, who are you yelling at? Because see, 2 things happened this morning. One, you put your pants on one leg at a time just like I did. And two, you dropped your kid off at daycare just like I did. So who the fuck are you talking to? Now, if you need my help, you can ask, but I'm not your nurse. I don't know where the hell she's at.
I
Girl,
was. So
he
you
made
want
me
this
so mad.
blood? You ain't
But
getting this
look,
blood now.
the boss, my supervisor, she was sitting there and she heard the whole interaction. So before I could really get into, getting in his ass, she was like, no. She took it all the way up to his superiors, to the medical board. Because she was like, that was uncalled for. He did it in front of patients. And she wasn't even working for him.
And
And
that's the
she
thing.
offered
Some
him.
people will try to embarrass you in front of people. That's the worst part.
Don't you know they told him he had to give me a written apology, and that motherfucker refused. So he got wrote up in his file because
Mm.
he refused. I was like, you know what? That's okay, but you and I know that
But
you
he
are
ain't gonna
scared
talk
of
to you like that again.
girl. He wouldn't even look at me no more, which was
Hmm.
cool with me. You are one less person I gotta waste breath on every day.
Yep, yep. And let me read some of these comments. Hey, well, shout out to the members. What up, friend? How you doing? And Linda B said, yes, that's why I watch, but I don't participate because the way I grew up, words mean gloves also unless yeah, and I think she's talking about all the arguing back and forth in the B sector, and I absolutely
Yeah,
agree. Even
yeah.
though I enjoy watching it, but I just don't partake because I'm not I can't just sit here and argue and argue and argue. I'm like that kind of person. Like eventually we gonna have to come to terms some other way. But
My mister gave me the perfect nickname. He
mhm,
calls me Miss Shut Shit Down. Cause
I like
girl.
I go
that.
back and forth for a minute. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm about to shut this shit down. And he was like, okay, Miss, shut shit down. And
Did
I
Uh,
y'all
go
ever
in and
get I know with myself, I used to get so angry when when somebody would sit there and you just sitting there and you get madder and madder. The more they talk, you're over here getting madder and madder, starting I start clenching my jaw. You'll start seeing
uh-huh.
my nose flare. Cause like I hate when somebody yeah 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 yeah. And after a minute that just gets on my nerves and grates me just the wrong way. And that's when you see me jump off the porch. It's because somebody done talk so much that my crazy done get activated.
mm-hmm, they gonna make, hey, if they make
Oh.
me
Hmm.
change my come out of my character, oh,
Absolutely. And Linda said, I've been in that situation before. I refused to sign that write up and handed them a 2-page document. I typed up what was really happened and I told them, put that in my file. Girl, see, I knew what I did was okay. Maybe I shouldn't have broke up my breaks like that. Maybe I shouldn't. But see, the thing about it was, I really believe if she and that other lady didn't get into it, and she was either jealous of our relationship or just didn't like the fact that I was hanging with that lady, I think it wouldn't have flew over like that. It would have been just a conversation. You know what I'm
you
saying?
was out at West when you was doing that, wasn't you?
No, it wasn't. It was. I was past the telemarketing days. I still was on the
No.
phone sometimes, but yeah, it was past the telemarketing days.
My
But
aunties
yeah,
used to do telemarketing.
no, it was. Is there a Western Sap area? Because that's where I was out. I was out in Sap.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's where I was. I was out in SAP. And so, but yeah, it would have just been a conversation. She would have been like, oh, I just want to sit down and talk to you. You know, you can't split your breaks up. You know, it would have been just, because I'm telling you, we was really cool before then. Not like besties or nothing. She was still the soup. But, you know, we would play around and kiki and laugh and joke and throw things. You know how it is when you just work in that type of environment. It's just
No,
fun.
I had a
It
nurse.
was from
I had
fun to
just came out
where,
of my supervisor's office, and this I came, and the supervisor was like, "Oh, if you see Beth, have her to come on up." I said, "Okay." I said, "Hey, Beth, Michelle wants you to come up and talk to her when you get a chance." I got all these charts and this and that. It was just me, her, and this other chick, and she's yelling. I said, "Hold on." Once again, I had to tell somebody, "You dropped your kids off this morning." I'm not one of them. I was fully grown when I woke up this morning, and I'm gonna be fully grown when I go to bed.
girl, you seem like you needed a
Now,
lot of mental health days with that job.
no,
I'm
but I
taking a
told, but
mental health day.
look, I walked, and so she shut up, but then I walked past her, and she gonna whisper, "Bitch," and I stopped, and you know how you just kind of stop, and you kind of look over your shoulder, but you don't turn all the way around. I was like, "Excuse me, you
What'd you
want to say
say?
that louder? Because when I call you a bitch, I'm gonna say it out loud, bitch."
Say that
And she
again.
just, I said, when I
Girl,
Girl, I'm telling you, I had to stop like right in front of her, and you know how you turn, but you don't really look all the way back at them. You just kind of turn your head to the side. And I said, "Say it again." And like I told her, because when I call you a bitch, you gonna know it, bitch. That other girl, she was standing at the end, and I mean, we in the middle of the lab, and that other girl was standing there. She was like, "I thought you was gonna reach out and snatch her." I said, "Oh, I wanted to,
See, I would
but
have been that nurse with you. I would have been that friend with you. Be like, girl, I thought you was gonna reach out and touch her for a minute.
girl, I hate that. I used to hate that B word. I mean, the little times I might have argued back and forth with somebody, as soon as that word, like I'm not gonna be too many of your bitches. I'm just not. I'm just not gonna be too many of your bitches. And boy, I'd be like, bit bow. It's on and popping. On and
no,
popping. But
nah,
yeah, I think that supervisor, I think it would have went differently at that time with her, but she was a hater. She was pissed off because she didn't get the fucking promotion. And that's what happened.
I'm
She
like,
was
what that
taking
got
it
to do
out
with
on
me?
you.
I ain't had shit to do with it.
I'm
Whether
She
a,
you
was
got the
just,
job
I
or
don't
not.
know. She was just that mad. She was just fucking why she get the job? She was like she was upset.
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
well,
I
you
don't know,
go
but
ask
she
them
still
that.
sued me. Shit, I don't-
I'd have been like, go ask them. I don't do no hiring or firing around here.
Right. Like, uh, mm.
You know, I'm telling you, I don't went rounds with supervisors, and hell, I had one. I had just come back from maternity leave, and when I say that motherfucker would dog my steps, I could be walking from one end of the clinic to the other, and he'd be right behind me just talking shit. Well, you didn't come to the employee engagement dinner. I said, I spend 8 hours a day, actually longer than that. Most days it was 10 hours a day with y'all, every 5 days a week. Why would I want to come spend my night with y'all too? And so
Oh,
I started throwing Bible verses out at me. I was like, He prepares the table before me in the presence of my enemies.
no, you didn't.
Yes,
You
I
know
did. He was
what?
like, what? I said, He prepares the table before me in the presence of my enemies, and walked off. And then
Mm,
one day he was like, oh, because we had had a bad snowstorm, and they had closed the clinic that Monday. They closed it midway. We left during the middle of the day, and it was closed the following day. And then the day after that, they were like, "Okay, y'all got to come in," but the streets were still bad. And I was like, before I had even left home, was on Facebook, and I was like, "Man, wishing we had another snow day."
mm-hmm.
Literally, that was all I said. That was I get to work, and he following behind me once again. Huh?
That's why I
Sounds
don't
like
be
you.
friends with people at work on Facebook. Yep.
He told me, "Oh, I knew who it was. Trust me. Give me a second. I'm gonna get there."
Mm-hmm.
But I said, "Did you see them streets out there? Did you want to slide in this motherfucker this morning? Cause I sure as hell didn't." I was like, "And for your little whatever you want to call it, your little spy, tell that bitch she can unfriend me on Facebook now." I said, "Cause if you're gonna tell the story, tell it all right." And then I said, "You can keep following me and fucking with me if you want to." He was in the Army Reserve. I said, "But you finna go to Afghanistan and you got to make it back, huh?" I was like, "God bless you."
Uh-uh. You know
And
what?
he
When
was,
we started like really, really, when the Rona hit, right? And of course, a lot of people had to work from home. I was already years in to already working at home. So when other people started working at home, I was like, shit, y'all gonna enjoy this shit. I've been doing this shit for years. But then once most jobs, including ours, was like, well, all y'all motherfuckers just gonna stay home. We gonna shut down some of our offices. We a nationwide company. We gonna shut down some of our offices and everybody just gonna be at home. That's when they started trying to have the Fridays happy hours.
mm-mm.
Like sending you these emails, yeah, we gonna be having we gonna all be on camera, we gonna be on Zoom, and y'all can have y'all drink. We could drink and have liquor and all that. Happy hours. And I've
Why?
always been like, who the fuck wants to on a Friday after a long ass week sit with y'all for a couple of extra hours on a Zoom?
And I ain't getting paid for it.
Like what?
Girl, no, they used to have employee engagements every Thursday morning where you come in before shift and you discuss the issues you have and this and that. Well, Thursdays happen to be my day off. You think I'm coming in here at 7:30 in the morning for y'all to piss and moan? That was another thing he had a problem with. He was like, "You never come to the meet." I said, "Why am I gonna get up and come here just to listen to people piss and moan? Y'all gonna sit there and nod, and then you ain't gonna change shit." What?
Well, my thing
Why?
was, when I'm done with y'all, I always been like that with jobs though. If it's something during our work hours and we're having an event, whether it's uh donating or the holidays or giving canned goods or if it's during the work hours, I don't mind. But after work hours, you talking about y'all want to hook up and do this? No, I separate that shit because I learned long ago as a young person out in the world working, you do not want to mix your coworkers with your personal life too deep.
Mm-mm.
Nope, nope, nope. Y'all stay over here. I'm over here. I come to work. I get my work done. I get a check. That's it. Y'all don't need to see me outside of 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or whatever.
When I worked up at Emmanuel, there were only just in that medical building. right there, off to the side. So in
Yep.
that medical building, there were 7 floors. On those 7 floor, out of those 7 floors, there was only 6 black nurses. So of course, for the most part, we hung and talked to each other. But out of them six, it was only 3 of them that I fucked with outside of work. I was like, no, one of them because she lived around the block from me, so we was cool. One of them because she was young and she was just like she grew up in like the suburbs and she wanted some more black friends. And then the other one, shit, it just happened that I used to date her brother and me and her, shit, we just clicked and became like damn near best friends, sisters, you could say.
Well, you can't be
But
friends with everybody at work like that. And Charlie, I'm sure she had her
no.
stories too. But let me tell y'all this story real quick, and I ain't gonna say no names. And I hope they ain't listening to me right now. But
Mm-mm.
one of my friendships is like almost 20 something, 25 years in, because I was working at a telemarketing back in the day, and my friend now, who was just a co-worker then, her ass had went to get some motherfucking gas on the way to work, right? And she forgot her wallet at home. And back then, we didn't have the cash apps. We didn't have all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
didn't have, but we couldn't use our phones to scan our debit. We didn't have all that shit back then. Her ass left. How do you call, what do you call that when you pump some gas and go? I forgot. They had a name for it back then. And that's what she did. She pumped her gas and she left and she came to work. And the next thing I know, girl, she was running in that building, scared as shit. Talk about T, T, T. Do you got $20? Do you got $20? I was like, yeah, I guess I can spare 20. She said, please, please, I will give it to you right after work. I promise I will give you. You can
Don't tell
follow
me
me
they was
home.
chasing her.
I'm like, girl, the cop, they had called the cops. They got her plate number and everything. And the thing about it was the gas station wasn't right by our job because she probably would have made it there. But the gas station was miles before our job.
Damn.
So she had time to get to work. They had time to call the police. They had the place, the description of the vehicle, and all that shit. By the time she put up to the job, and she knew she would have lost her job too. Because the police was like right there behind her. They was speeding. She was speeding. She got there, ran in the house.
Mm-mm.
I mean, not ran in the house, but ran into the job. And she was like, TT, please, please. I was like, well, okay. She said, I can't explain. Girl, I'm looking at her like, damn, do you owe a motherfucking drug dealer? Do you know own a
Right.
loan shark? I'm like, what the fuck? And so she's just begging, begging. I said, here, 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 take it, take it. She ran outside, did whatever, came back in. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? And she said, you know how the telemarketers be back in the day? They had like the walls, but if you could stand up, you could see over the wall to the person
Yeah,
across from
over the
you.
little
And so
cubicles.
we standing up over the walls talking, and she told me what happened. Girl, I about died. I said, bitch, you did what? She said, I promise I'll pay you. I said, girl, I ain't tripping. I know you're going to pay me back. But she told me what she did. And girl, on the way home, I followed her on the way home. It was in the hood. They stayed off of 24th and Evans by Evans Tower. And so I followed her to their hood. And I swear to God, we sat there and we drank and we smoked. And it was like unbreakable ever since then. That was like my bitch, and to this day still is. I was just with her and some of our other little old school crew. We was all together a couple of weeks ago, just having fun. But yeah, the stories we could tell. But
Friend, I
yeah,
wish
that
you
shit
the
was
best
crazy, man.
in your case. I I hope it I hope you get the outcome that you're looking for.
Yeah, did
But
y'all see
yeah,
Fran's comment?
yeah, I just read it.
I don't know. She
I
said she's in the middle of where is it? She's currently filing an EEOC against her manager right now. Child.
see I didn't have time for that. I just
I
had to
must
put
say
them in their
this.
places.
Go
If
ahead,
she's
Charlie.
claiming if she's claiming that Fran struck her and Fran weighed 230 on her, and you would see that mark. That wouldn't be no, oh, I barely got a little something. No, they would have known. And four different occasions. Why didn't she bring it up after the first occasion?
Mm.
See, that don't make sense. Why would she try to do 4 different separate things, and why wasn't something done after the first one? See, that don't make no sense. That's where the common sense for the higher up should come in play. Why would she allow, as a manager, right, for you to strike her on 4 different occasions and not
Right. I
clean
was
up
just
the
about to
first
say,
time?
how somebody let you hit them repeatedly, and now all of a sudden now you want to
Right.
report it?
Like, cause bitch,
Why?
if I hit you, bitch, everybody gonna know, cause they gonna probably haul me off to jail. That's one thing about it. When I hit, ain't no stopping until you damn near on the floor, lifeless. And that's one thing I hate about when I do fight. It's like ain't no 1, 2. All right, let's go. We gonna live to see another day. Nah, it's we fighting. We fighting. Shit.
Tanya out
Oh,
Motherfucker.
there trying to
no.
be a
She
gladiator.
said she said she tried to spend her for 2 weeks each time, but, Fran always had a witness that it didn't happen. Girl, I'd sue the shit out of them
I
Maybe
would
motherfuckers.
she
too,
wants to
because I'd
fight
be
you,
like, this is
friend.
a pattern. This is a pattern that you are discriminating against me for whatever reason. And each
Mhm.
time you come up with these bogus charges, there's always a witness saying, that did not happen. So what is your issue with me?
Right. Because that's crazy. I ain't never had nobody accuse me of hitting them, and I know
Right.
I didn't. That's weird. And for her to
Now,
do it
now
four
cussing
times,
them out or something? Yeah, cussing them out, that's definitely something I do.
maybe she wants to fight you, friend. Shit, maybe you need to give her what the fuck she looking for. Shit.
Sometimes,
After
sometimes
this
you got to give them that gift.
ECOS, after this ECOS is up with, Fran, if I was you, if they fire her, I'd find out. I'd follow her little ass to a gas station, then I'd get her that 1, 2.
Girl, that's what I'm talking about. Whoop her ass in the middle of the night and put them OJ Simpson gloves on, friend.
Girl, creep up in a black ski mask, black Reeboks, and a black
Yes,
jogging
let her
suit.
catch her slipping in the back alley. Or do you know her address, girl? Do you know her ad? Look at us. See, you know
Look,
we motherfucking
look,
yeah.
for a little money, for a little change, I might do something strange. I ain't talking about that kind of strange,
Yeah.
but just
Girl, I'm like, you
put a
want
little
your
fear of
ass
God
whooped.
in them.
You just asking for this ass whooping. You desperate.
Is she a
Be
white
like,
girl?
you,
Let me ask this question. She 5'6", 130, right? I'm 5'6" and almost 200. So let me find her on the street. We about the same size.
Girl,
Tell her to
yeah.
fight somebody her own size. That would be me.
Tell her I'm gonna grant you your wish.
thank
I'm
you. I'm
gonna
gonna whoop
grant
you
it
like
for
you
you.
stole something.
Tell her, I'm gonna be your guest. You gonna be my guest. I'm gonna grant your wish.
Hey
You
Taylor
know,
May, shout out to the members. Welcome to
I'm
the show,
look.
baby.
The lady don't know us, right? So we can smack the shit out of her and get away with it.
huh?
You know what?
Look, we're gonna run around her like that little boy on The Incredibles when he was running around the table smacking the shit out of his sister.
You
We
know
got to
what?
do
No,
it
that
4
reminds me
times,
of this.
though. We got to do
That
it
reminds
4
me of this
times.
time back in the day, way back in the day when I didn't have
Yeah.
a lot of sense. And a lot of us know those days.
When
But
did you
one of my
require her?
homeboys, we had this thing with our homeboys and our boy cousins, and they had this thing with us. If they would get into like a female or something, they would call us. If we got into it with a
Oh
guy,
yeah.
we called him. So one day, one of my relatives hit me up. He was like, man, this bitch done put me in jail. This bitch done, I ain't did shit to her. Man, you need to go over there and tell him to drop those motherfucking charges. And I was rolling with one of the females I was rolling with was the one who stole that gas, right? So that we
Mhm.
was like a couple of years in friendship then. And we always did a lot of shit together. And
Is
so
that
I told them
KB?
what happened. I said, "No, there's this bitch over the South Omaha projects, and she done motherfucking got my cousin locked up, and he didn't do shit to her." And I'm thinking, my cousin wouldn't lie to me, right? Girl, I must have went over there. We hit that motherfucking interstate. We had funny. I said OJ Simpson gloves earlier because my homegirl had the OJ Simpson truck, just a different color. And so we went over to South Omaha projects. Girl, you know how ghetto we used to be back in the day. So we get all out the truck. We go up to the door. That ain't no, ain't we did a no knock. We opened that motherfucking door, walked up in there. I don't even remember the lady's name. I was like, hello. We start screaming the girl's name before the girl even, because you know how the projects is. The stairs along the wall. You walk
Mm-hmm.
through. the kitchen, you pass the washer and dryer, you walk through the tiny little diner, you go into the living room area, then there's the other door, the stairs, right? So she comes down the stairs, but before she comes down the stairs, it's glass shattered all over the living room. I guess she had, back in the day, everybody had glass. Everything was glass back in the day. She had
Yeah.
glass shattered all over the place. It was blood everywhere. It was literally a crime scene. It was blood on the walls, blood on the floor, blood on the glass.
Look, Tanya came in singing,
The
Penny, are
lady
you
comes
okay?
walking downstairs, girl. She comes walking downstairs. She got a little kid, but I think it was a little boy. He's crying and shit, and she's all bandaged up. And she was like, "Hello, do I know y'all?" Girl, we was like, we moonwalked out that bitch. Like, no, we got the wrong place. Have a nice day. I'm like, did we touch anything? Like, I'm like, we wiping off the dough, the handle,
Oh,
and the way
girl.
jumped back in that OJ Simpson's truck and drove all the way to the north side, back to the hood. And
Like
we
I
was
said,
like going off the whole. I'm like, I can't wait till that nigga call me back. I'm gonna go off on his ass. Boy, he almost had me in some shit. And I mean, we walked right into a crime scene.
I
I'm
only
like,
had to walk up in somebody's crib one time,
and he was
and that
drunk.
was
Oh, that's another thing. He was drunk and high. That's why he didn't even realize the damage that he did. He just woke up in jail. That bitch said I hit her, and I'm like, okay, we got this. We got this. That's how bad we used to be back in the day. Like,
I mean, I got, pretty much with my cousins, the same thing. You, actually, with my family, the way it's set up is if I got beef with somebody, I don't even touch them. I don't touch that person. But my people handles that. If one of my cousins got beef with somebody, then the rest of us handle it. And that way they got
oh no,
plausible
we handle that
deniability.
shit unless somebody got jumped or like the times where like somebody would be threatened, like and they know there's a lot of people who might, yeah, we'll show up then. We'll show up if you got jumped. We'll show up if it was an unfair fight. We'll show up if you think you're not gonna get a fair fight. We done showed up and stood around a whole fight. Okay, this gonna be 1-on-1, and if anybody even blink, we all jumping in this motherfucker. So we didn't have those. But nah, as far as the guys though, yeah, if a guy like put a hand on somebody, one of us or something. Yeah, we call the guys, and
No,
they don't want to fight girls either. Well, that one particular time, he must
Donna tell you these
get
chicks in
her
high
ass.
school, these chicks in high school, I don't know why they took it upon themselves to want to fuck with me. And like I said, I know I done told you this story where my mama had
Yeah,
bought
I
me
get
one of
it,
them.
friend. Friend said you didn't want to lose your license. I get it.
Yeah, I had one of them starter pullover jackets.
Oh,
I'm
the
getting off
starter
the bus.
jackets, Charlie. You remember those? The starter jackets
Uh,
with all the team names and shit like that.
Right. I'm trying to get off the bus. These bitches come up behind me trying to light my coat on fire while I'm in it. I
Ooh,
was
oh
like,
hell,
oh.
you know
So
them motherfuckers was flammable.
so wait a minute. So the next day, girl, I had a box cutter. I had a couple of screwdrivers. I had all kind of shit in my bag because I'm like, I'm waiting on them. But what happened was the bus driver, my mama was driving buses at the time too. So he tells my mom tells my aunties, they all get together, then my cousins all find out. Man, I get called down to the office. I bullshit you not. It was no less than 12 people down there, family members. Looking, they in the halls yelling for these girls' names, looking for them, cause they finna whoop their asses. I'm like, okay, y'all, calm down. Ain't nothing else happened. Blah blah blah. Well, we used to go skating every Friday. You know how it was.
went down at
And
the skating rink.
Yep, we
girl,
used to go down at the skate land.
Skateland days, man. This one particular Friday, my daddy would not let me go skating. I don't know why. So I'm mad. I'm at home, and About midnight, the phone rings, and I'm like, "Ooh, let me hurry up," because my parents was some of the parents. If the phone rang after 10, you was in trouble. But I ran, grabbed the phone. I'm like, "What?" And all I heard was, "Got them bitches. Bye." And click. I'm like, "What?" I wake up. No, nobody calls me the next day. So Monday, I get to school, and I'm standing on the wall after lunch, and one of the chicks walk up, and she gonna stand next to me. She's like, "Why you tell your family to jump me? Or why you tell your family to jump us? It was like 11 of them." I'm like, "I didn't tell nobody to do nothing to you." I was like, "But Dawn tried," because see, Dawn was friends with them too. She was friends with them too. She was like, "And Dawn," I said, "And Dawn tried to tell you to leave me alone. But y'all thought y'all was big and bad, and y'all thought, oh, she go to Northwest by herself, that I didn't have no family, but you know better now." I was like, they got jumped by like 11 of my cousins.
Shit, that's funny. Now I didn't have no older cousins. I was the older cousin. You get what I'm saying? Uh,
Hmm.
but now I had to take care of stuff myself, so I grew up rough. My sister was 5 years older than me, and so there was these boys who thought, since we can't get at her because they couldn't whoop her butt, right? They gonna try
Hmm.
to come after me, and I wasn't nothing but in like elementary school. I was like a second grader. So they come up and they
Oh,
jump me. They jump me. And I mean boys, I mean eighth grade big cornbread fed boys. They kicked me in my side so hard that I had a boot print from my basically where
oh
my
my
shoulder
God.
blade starts down to my hip bone. That's how big their foot was compared to my side. Right? My whole back and side was
I hope
bruised.
they got arrested.
No, let me tell you what happened. My daddy went and told the school. This happened on a school bus. There was cameras on it and everything. He went and told them. They didn't do nothing, right? So my daddy goes, okay. My daddy hands me a metal clipboard. Y'all remember them metal clipboards? My daddy
Yep.
puts a brick in my backpack. He said, next time them boys come for you and they try you, he said, I don't want you to stop swinging until you get tired, until they down on the ground. You better keep swinging until they down. Guess what I did? It was about a day or two later. They tried me again. And I didn't stop swinging until they was all down. They tried to get me, an elementary student kid, suspended off the bus and tried to get the police after me. These boys had lied and said I attacked them first, right? And they tried to claim some other stuff too, but it wasn't, right. And
Right.
my daddy went up to that school. He walked up to that principal. He said, "You mean to tell me that you trying to do this to a little first grader, second grader, and these boys in eighth grade, what was they doing messing with this little?" And he said, "Charlotte, come here." I just doxed myself. I don't care. Anyway, he said, "Come here." He said, "Turn around." He lifted up my shirt, and I still had that bruise.
Mm.
And he said, "Now y'all tell me why them boys hit this little girl like that when she didn't do nothing to them." And he tried to lie to his parents and say all kind of stuff about, like, he tried to tell them I said the N bomb to him, and I didn't. And the parents were all in an uproar, obviously, because they thought I was that, little bad
Yeah.
girl. They come to find out, they found out the truth, and my daddy showed them what they did to my back. And when they did that, the daddy said, "All right, no, you know what? I'm gonna take care of this. Don't even worry about it." He shook my daddy's hand. He said, "I'm so sorry about this. They will never bother her again." The one little boy didn't have a daddy, so he took care of both of them. Right?
Mm.
He sat them both down and had that conversation. He said, "Now what y'all doing picking on it?" Because when they saw me, when they finally brought me in, because they thought I was like this big girl or something like this. When they finally brought me in and I was like really tiny and really small, they were looking like, "What?"
What the hell are y'all doing?
Because I was like a little bitty second grader. I was tiny and skinny and just little for my age, right? And so the when the parents saw me and my size and how tiny I was, their eyes absolutely went bugged. They were like,
I
"What?"
used to always be one of the tallest in the class, and it used to be nothing but boys that would mess with me. They would always want to fight me. They would start it with me. And it was funny because I had a homeboy, Larry, that lived up the street from me. Now, Larry knew that I was rough because I was one of the only girls out there playing football with them, full contact. Let's do this. I'm gonna tackle your ass. I'm out there playing basketball, baseball. I'm out there. So Larry know I'm about business. And I never forget we was on our way home from school one time and some dude Larry was walking with was throwing sticks at me. And I was like, you better leave me alone and this and that, just yapping. And Larry was like, hey, you better leave that girl alone, man. You don't know.
She rough.
And right. And Larry was trying to tell him, he was like, hey man, you need to leave that girl alone. She ain't what you think she is. And I had on my little dress. I had on a jean skirt. That's what it was. A frosted jean skirt. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, um, he kept throwing them, and I got tired of him throwing sticks at me. So I threw all my shit down the middle of the street. We was on top of a hill. I was like, come on, why you keep messing with me and this and that? This dude gonna take off and gonna call himself gonna try to headbutt me. But I grabbed him by his head and had him in a headlock. When I say I was whooping his ass, I beat him in the face until I got tired. And then I pushed him and he was on the ground. And then I started trying to stomp him and he called himself like trying to flip me over and then he gonna try to stomp me, but we was basically just rolling around throwing punches at each other. But he ended up with the bloody nose and shit and running home. And so I ran home and I called my mom at work and I told her what happened. She was like, okay. Larry was like, I tried to tell him to leave you alone. But do you
I
know we
don't
got
know
this
us girls who were raised like that. You know what I'm saying? We're rough. We couldn't help it. We had to fight,
right.
especially when you got a lot of older male cousins, or you know what I'm saying, like
I, I
brothers,
tell
even
people
though
this
they ain't
all
your
the time.
brothers.
My grandparents had 17 grandkids. So 15 of us live here in Omaha. Out of those, let's say out of the 17 grandkids, only 5 of us are girls.
Yup, y'all grew up rough. Yeah, y'all was
On-
fighting the cousins.
Only 5 of us are girls. So we grew up wrestling, fighting, playing sports, play just everything. And the one thing I tell people in a heartbeat, my grandparents and my mama, they didn't raise no punk bitches. Period.
I feel like we long lost sisters and we just didn't know it.
Charlie, they said you should have a school named after you.
I'm gonna tell you something, child. Them boys were big, and I'm surprised myself because I thought after I got that, being a kid, I was scared. I wasn't nothing but in like second grade, right? So I was tiny. I was little because I didn't start getting my height on me until I get middle school, and even then, I stayed the same height from middle school all the way through high school. I was 5'6", all through. I grew my little half an inch after high school. But I was little, like tiny little. If I showed y'all pictures, you'd be like, "Oh my god, you was tiny for your age." I was always smaller than every kid in my grade. Like I don't know what it was. I was just a little one. You know what I mean? And I thought after that first swing they were gonna catch it and they were gonna hurt me. That was my first. But I was like, I'm gonna do what my daddy told me to do. And I had that grit in me when I was little. And I was like, I ain't gonna stop until I get tired. And even then, I'm gonna keep hitting until they down. And I surprised myself, if that makes sense. I thought they was gonna really hurt me after that, to tell you the truth. I was scared of these boys when I was little because they were,
Well, they
like
were
I
probably
said,
scared because you fought back. That's
they
probably
were
why.
way bigger than
All
me.
it
Like
takes is fighting
way.
back that one good time, fighting back, and
Hmm.
more motherfuckers will leave you alone. I had my fight backs where I let somebody one time, two times, all right, okay, let's do this. They just leave you alone.
I
They
teach my
did. They
kids.
left me alone.
My son's only been in one fight. My daughter ain't never been in none, and she thinks she's so damn tough. I'm like, girl, sit down somewhere. But I teach my kids, and I'm not ashamed to say this. I teach them to fight dirty. I'm not playing.
There ain't no rules
Mhm.
of fighting.
Thank you. When you fight, you fighting to win. You fighting to survive. I don't care if you got to pick up some dirt and throw it in their eye. If you got a
Everything's a
step,
weapon too.
and yeah, we are long lost sisters. Cause
My
that's
daddy
one of
taught
the
me that you don't start nothing, but you better damn well finish it.
thank you. And that's the one that's one of the lessons I have always taught my kids. I was like, everything around you is a weapon. Everything. They were like, even
And
a
that's
piece of
very
paper.
important for women too. If you are being attacked by a man, that's very important for you to know.
And my kids being facetious. Even a piece of paper, yep. Cause
Yep,
you can give
give
them a
somebody a
paper
paper
cut.
cut.
Do you know how bad a fucking paper cut hurts?
Heck yeah.
Fold
Them
that
Give 'em
mug.
a
things.
paper
Remember how
cut.
we used to make those spinners with the paper? We fold them in.
Mhm.
Fold that bitch the right way, and you can slash their eye. Shit, slash.
I said, and even if you don't have nothing physically on you, I said, don't sit there and just scream and try to wiggle. I said, you take your head and you headbutt them in the mouth.
Poke them in the eye. My daddy
I
taught me
said,
take
yeah, take
you
'em.
grab
I
them by the
said,
head, knee them
you
in the
poke them in the
head.
eye, or you know what else? You stick your fingers in their nostril and pull up.
My daddy taught me all that, trust me, because me being little like I was, right? Most of the kids that were in my grade or higher were bigger than me. So my daddy taught me how the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Bring them down to your level. Kick them in them
Ooh, it sound like
kneecaps.
my mama. My mama used to tell, because my mama was 5'2". I'm 5'8", and my brother is 6'4". And she'd be like, I don't care how tall y'all get. I'll bite you in the kneecap to bring you down.
I'm almost 5'7" now, but when I was in school for the longest, I was like the smallest kid in my class usually. And I had this problem where my sister was a fighter, right? So a lot of the people who would want to pick on her couldn't. So that who'd they come after? The smaller one, right? The one they thought was the easier target. What they didn't realize is that made me the more dangerous one because I had to take up her fights a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? So these bigger kids be trying to pick on me and try to get me
Yeah,
because they
them boys, it was always, and I would, like I said, I would get to school and the principal would call my mom and be like, I never forget that. They're going to tell her, why don't you have your daughter pick on somebody her own size? My mama said, well, why don't you tell them little midget motherfuckers to quit picking on somebody that ain't their size?
you know why they were trying you, right?
And here's some tips for you
Because
guys.
you
Y'all
were
keep
bigger.
talking. Y'all keep talking, but here's some tips for people who might get, hopefully not, but there are some tips. If you happen to get
I'm gonna give them some free
kidnapped.
tips right now. If you
And
got
hey,
dirt
Sislo, how
around
you doing,
you,
Sislo?
throw dirt in their eye. You got a stick, hit them with it. If you got a rock, anything you can reach within hand distance. And if you down on the ground, scratch, like, bite the ear off like you
Always
Tyson.
scratch. Always
Be like
scratch.
Tyson.
Because then you have DNA. Always scratch.
Mhm.
Because you'll have
Yep, you
DNA.
see it on there. You see that's the first one and the second one, Karma Diva. If you get kidnapped, spit all over the ground, spit anywhere, spit in a car, spit in a bed, spit on the ground. If they are carrying you, scratch them. There's DNA under your nails. Call 911 and ask for a pizza because 911 knows automatically. That's an emergency call. If you need to call someone like 911 but can't speak, call 555. They can track, I mean, call 55. They can track your location. And the last one, if you are in a truck and see a hammer, the trunk of a car, grab it, break out the lights or anything in there, break out the lights,
Yeah.
stick your hand out, wave your hands because somebody behind you, most likely. There was a movie, y'all. There was a movie where something like that happened. Somebody
I've
stuck
always
their
told
hand
my
out the
kids to
light.
do that. I've
Yep.
always told them if you get put in the trunk, kick out one of them tail lights and put your hand in there and wave it around.
My daddy taught me that everything around you, everything in your vicinity is a
Yep.
weapon because us women, we really have to be more like hardcore about that, especially with trafficking and all that they have nowadays.
Yep.
How many kids do we know right now, that they've never found still to this day?
To this day, from growing up, like all the people on the milk cartons.
Leochi is
Oh,
one of the most famous from my area. I don't remember if y'all remember hearing
God.
about Leochi, but They still ain't never found
Yeah,
that
I
child's
remember
body.
that little girl. Wasn't she kidnapped from her bedroom? No,
Hmm. She
was
was
it the
right.
bedroom?
Her mama had went to work that morning. And when they came back in the house, they found blood all over the house. And back then,
Right.
they didn't have the good DNA that they got now, because this is back in the 90s.
Yep.
And her mama lived like her mama worked like 10 minutes from the house, and there was a storm coming up. We had a hurricane at that time. I would think it was forgot the name of the hurricane, but so her daughter was scared of storms, so she called the house, didn't get no answer. Now a lot of locals think the mama had something to do with
Uh-huh.
it. A lot of the locals. Her mama moved away from this area, and that was in Tupelo. That was my area. They still ain't found that little girl. Probably
And see,
won't
that's
ever.
sad because the thing about it is, when you think about that shit, just think about how many other people could, because when you look at the ones who got caught, especially after they done did it to so many other kids or ladies or men, because men be victims too. But when you think about it, you think about how many others are there, or when they get caught, how many others were there that they don't know about. Because most of those people, when if it's one kid missing, you can guarantee it's probably some more. They don't stop at one kid. They don't stop at one woman or one man. They get addicted to that shit.
Well, they tried to say that this guy who after Leochi and before Leochi, he had basically had grape charges, and the first one and the second one. But here's the
I
thing:
was gonna say, did he have several?
the reason they ruled him out was because why would he go from the second one that he got caught for and now he's in prison for the rest of his life? Um, he just dropped the little girl off at school. I mean, quite literally, did what he did and then dropped her off. They're
Mm-mm.
all so they say, why would he do that with Leochi? Because Leochi, to this day, um, her body ain't still been found. They don't
Mm.
know. You know what I'm saying? So how could he? He wasn't so smart with the first two, right? Why would he do that with one that was in the center of those two? It would have been his second, technically, if they were saying it was him. Be smart enough to do that on the second one. A lot of
Because
people think the mama had something to do with it.
they usually don't, they usually follow the same
Pattern,
scenario, the same pattern.
and he
That's how
didn't.
that's how they usually they try to, because they, if they start doing different things, it'll be easier for them to get caught or mess up.
Well, see, the reason they say he didn't do Leochi is because the first one and second one are exactly the same, and the second one happened after her disappearance.
Right.
And so they said, well, why would he just go drop this girl off at school and not do the same thing he did if supposedly if he was the one that did that to Leochi? Why wouldn't he do that to the second one? That makes no sense. Why would he want to get caught? You get what I'm trying to say? Like the second one is done so well, they still ain't found nothing about this girl. Yet you just dropped the supposedly third victim off at the school.
Right.
Yeah, no. A lot of people think the mama had something to do with it because it was strange that the fact that the mama left work not even 15 minutes after she got there because she called home and didn't get no answer.
I'm sorry, ladies. I'm gonna butt in real quick. I'm gonna say this, Tanya. You might want to look into this and maybe do a story. My daughter told me the MP Mart up there off of Radio Highway over there by Benson that is closed for now because apparently they were human trafficking through there. I don't know. I ain't heard nothing about it, but and I was just gonna say, I'm
You talking
finna
about the
head.
recent news?
I guess it's pretty recent, yeah.
And they run the BP, right?
Down there, yeah,
One of
down here
those
by
gas
there.
stations.
Uh-huh.
Yep, it's crazy because they run the BP. It's like every employee in that gas station company, they have been arrested for trafficking. Ain't that
Oh,
crazy?
really?
And they're foreigners. And you know what, Karma Diva? I know you seen the post about the one on the Phillips 66 on Sorensen. A lot of posts
No.
about people complaining about them being rude. They done went there. They done stood outside the building holding up, you know, what do they call it? Picketing, all that kind of
Picket
stuff on
fence.
Facebook, trying to get us to stop supporting them because they really rude and they them foreigners. And then
Wow.
at the other gas station, where it's the same situations, every employee in that gas station got arrested within the last few weeks for trafficking kids.
Hmm.
Ain't that some shit?
Mm,
So now it got me thinking about the other location on Sorensen. If this is
I
like
don't
a
know.
big
Do they
ring
own the
in
one
the
on
city with
Sorensen?
all these foreigners, is it a ring going on?
I don't know if they own the one on Sorensen, but I know they the BP down here on 30th and Martin. That's a MP Mart now.
Yep.
They got the one on 33rd and Parker. They got the one on 30th and Ames. The one on 56th and Ames, 60th and Northwest Drive. Uh Shit, the one up on Radio Highway. It's they all over now. And I always thought that they were Arabic, but one of the dudes told me that they're Russian.
I don't know what they are, but don't that make you think, you guys? Like
Mm-hmm.
these people, not, and I'm not trying to be racial or anything like that, but it makes
Right.
you think, like the way they talk to us, the way they don't want to touch our money, the way they there's certain things that's being rude and things like that. And then for all these different gas stations to come up with trafficking going on,
Mm-hmm.
you can't help but think
I
that they
didn't know
might
nothing
all be
about it. I'm gonna have to. We might have to look into that some more and do a story on that.
We might have to. And you see Sislo in the chat. Sislo, they got some things going over there down to the Detroit area too. And she's going to be talking about it later. So we'll be over there with her too while she update us on some situations going over there. Because
Well,
there's
hit
people
me.
still to this
Tell her to
day getting
hit
kidnapped and
me in my
trafficked every
messenger,
day.
sis. Hit me in my messenger, sis. I do have
Okay.
you know my little my old neighbor's my little son. Today's his birthday. He turning 15 today.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
I
Happy
know
birthday.
he having his little dinner, so he
Oh.
his grandma asked. She was like, he wants you to come. I was like, I'm gonna be there.
Now, how old is your daughter going to be this year?
My daughter will be 15 in August.
Oh,
What
okay.
day in
So she's not
August?
at 16 yet. Okay.
hmm
I'm an
the
August
night
baby. I'm the 11th. What?
her birthday, my baby's birthday is literally 8, 9, 10.
Mine's 8/11. So yeah, I have a nephew born on the same day as me. It was the first because it's real hard to find somebody born on that day, and when I do, I'm like, oh my. But
Oh
my
no, we got
son's
a
gonna
lot of
be
repeat birthdays in
17
my family.
What up,
in
Noble? How you
4
doing,
days.
Noble?
Yeah, in 4 days, my son's gonna be 17 years old.
Hey, Noble. He
I
said
can't
these
believe
gas
it.
stations. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Charlie. I'm sorry.
I was just talking about how my son gonna be 17 in 4 days.
Oh, well, happy
Well,
birthday,
happy birthday
son.
to him too. If I was there, I would make him a cake.
You still ain't
Oh,
grown, but happy birthday, son.
he would love his auntie Tanya cake.
Yes, I would make him a cake, child. That's why I was asking
Man, them
Charlie how old
cakes.
is her daughter gonna be, because when she turned at 16, I know you gonna hit me up to do the
You
dessert
already know.
party.
Shoot, I'm
Mm-hmm.
about to hit that 4-8 and I'm gonna hit you up because I'm gonna need my lemon cake to
And send me some
myself.
pictures if you want your pictures on the cake. Make sure you send me some pictures.
I'm
Girl,
exactly 10 years younger than you, Miss Miss Carable. I'll be 38 on my birthday.
my kids
Yeah,
told me, you old, mama. I was like, thank you. I fought
I'm
long and
thankful
hard.
to get through the shit we grew up with. I'm
Right, I
thankful
said
we
I
this
fought
old.
long and hard to get here. Thank you.
I
And
love when
I'm
kids try to call you old, and you're like, I am so appreciative that I even made it to this age. What are you talking about?
right. Like I said, when I started listing off the stuff that we went through, and Tanya tell you, I say all the time, those of us who grew up in the 80s and 90s, we all need some fucking therapy for the stuff that we grew up with and went through.
Heck yeah. Man, what was we told if we run in and outside the house and we letting the air out?
You letting all my store bought air out, you better sit your ass down. You either stay in or you stay out.
You
Stay
choose
in or
one or the
stay
other.
out. And if you can't make up your mind, I'll make it for you.
Right.
Don't get in grown folk business. Don't stay under grown folks. Don't be around the
Mm.
grown folks. You better take your little tail outside, or I'm gonna put you in your room, or I'm gonna find. Don't say you bored, because they're gonna find you
Okay,
something to
I'm gonna
do.
find you something to do. It's plenty to do around here.
You better go your
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
little tail outside and act like them sticks is your best friend.
I know that's right. And
Okay,
use that water hose for water if you get thirsty.
there
Okay.
you go.
And Noble said
Quench
these
your
gas
thirst.
stations in Detroit are horrible, nothing but Arabs and Chaldeans. Yeah, it's like that around here too. And he said my birthday is February 12th. I'm coming for my cake. And Noble would ask me for a cake for I don't know how long.
I've
Mm-mm.
And
been
you don't
I've
want this
been
cake,
begging her
Noble.
to ship. I told her I don't care if it gets mushed. I swear to God, I'm gonna eat that smush cake, but I still can't get her to ship. Damn it.
I know people be like, well, just freeze them, hood table, just freeze them and then ship them. I'll be like, no, because if that mug flip or start doing cartwheels on the truck or something like that, and my cake come to you
You can
looking
probably
like
get
a
some
whole mess,
styrofoam to ship them
that's
in.
gonna hurt my heart if my cake comes ruined through the
She can
mail.
find she can find one of them styrofoam like cooler things to ship them in.
I've been trying to get her to do it because I want one. She knows which cake is my favorite. I want that cookie and cream cake.
Hmm.
I want a lemon or a strawberry. Ooh, or you can make it half lemon, half strawberry.
Girl, them
Yeah,
lemons
see,
don't survive at the parties. Mm-mm.
that's why for
Carmeniferous,
me
I had made her a
personally,
cake one day and we had to hide the motherfucker.
that and do you know I only got a when I say a sliver of that cake, man, I was so pissed. And I knew it wasn't nobody but one of my cousins. I know exactly who it was.
I be done hid my cake.
Well, the thing was, it was at my mom's repast, and every time I would try to go back there to even get me a piece, I mean, literally, Tanya tell you, my name kept getting called over and over. And my boyfriend was like, baby, you ain't sat down and ate nothing. I didn't have a chance. And it was like, y'all calling my name. What about my brother? He's sitting right there. Call his name. Ask him something. But that cake it was beautiful and it was delicious, the piece I got. And I'm like, okay. But
Do y'all
ladies,
remember when I made this cake from one of my aunt's services?
Yep.
Okay, y'all remember
mm-mm,
I made this cake for my aunt. And it's a cross, as you can see, it's a cross design. It's a sheet cake. And I made it for my aunt, my stepdad, one of my stepdad's sisters.
mm,
And do you know, I had left after I dropped the cake off and spent my time there and all that kind of stuff. And I had left. Come to find out a couple of days later, one of my cousins hit me up and said, Cuz, I'm like, what? What's up? Do you know that cake you made for Auntie? I said, yeah, the big sheet cake with the cross on it. Yeah, yeah. They said, why nobody had any of that cake? I'm like, what do you mean nobody had any of that cake? They said, girl, we didn't realize until like the next day that cake never got cut, sliced, or anything. And when we went back, thinking somebody probably put it in the fridge or something like that, they said it was missing.
Somebody stole the
I said,
cake.
you lied to me, cousin. You lied to me. She said, cousin, they done took that cake and they done stole that cake. I said, you lying to me. She said, somebody stole that cake. I said, so somebody took a whole sheet cake home to have for themselves instead of giving it to the family or the person next related or closest related to, the one, the deceased, like their child or something. I couldn't believe it. Now I'm used to my cakes getting swallowed up, and people upset if they didn't get a slice at parties and events. But to hear somebody took a whole sheet cake home and then say a word about it, nobody has heard anything about that cake since then.
I kind of don't blame them though. Your cakes be so good.
I was like gagged, Charlie and Carmel. I was gagged. I was gagged. Like you lying to me, bitch. She was like, I swear. I swear. So and we done had like three more services because we lost like 7 people last year. So we didn't have services after that. And every time I'm there. I'm in the back. I'm cutting up all the pieces. I'm putting them on paper plates. and making sure every cake gets served, every cake gets sliced. And it's sad that I got to do that. I'm like, y'all ghetto. Y'all motherfuckers is ghetto. But yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Yep. Noble, Cislo said, Noble, are you here in Detroit? And Noble said, you got to travel to get out of them beautiful. He said you got to travel to get one of them. I didn't have people travel to get my cakes, but it ain't like being like really long distance, like an hour or so out of town, you know. Diva, what up, Diva? That's my homegirl from the hood, my hometown sister. She's also a YouTuber. What up, Diva? But yes, you know you got to hit me up this year. I'm already taking orders for Valentine's. I'm already taking orders for graduations because y'all know I book up fast. But yeah, so a lot of times, Charlie, the cakes that I be making on here and showing here, I don't even be showing y'all half my shit. I don't be showing y'all
Um,
half my shit.
if y'all want to see like cake galore, go to her Instagram. That's where you're gonna get the cake a lot of the time, because
Mm-hmm.
that's where I be seeing mostly when you do your cakes. Like sometimes you'll put them over here, but a lot of times some of them are Instagram and like
Yeah, I
yeah,
got
it's like
hundreds and hundreds of
yeah,
cake pictures. Go to my IG or go to my Facebook, and y'all can see all my cakes, all my work, all my cake art. And girl, I just got some new shit in. I'm about to do some more Amazon reviews. You know, edible images, right? For cakes.
yes.
So my printer that I have been using for years for my edible images, it's time to get a new one. It's time to get a new one. So I just ordered one. And they're not expensive. I mean, they're not inexpensive. They're not cheap. That's what I'm trying to say. That mug cost me $500. So it should be here. It said by the 15th. I can't wait to open it. I can't wait to get it. And it's a lot bigger than the one I had. I can make bigger and wider images. And it's so cool. I can't wait to get it. And then today from Amazon, I should have a package here before 5 p.m. And that's one of those, you know, those overhead phone holders, overhead mounts for your phones, for like that
Yeah.
chefs and cooks be using, or people who do crafts, where it's overhead and it can look down on whatever you're doing. I got a
Oh,
new one of them coming, and I can't wait to review that and do my video on that. But that is going to be so helpful because I just told somebody the other day in the chat that I'm about to start back doing more cake decorating videos, because you know I used to do cake decorating videos all the time, so it'd be always amazing to me when I hear people say, oh, you bake cakes, you make cakes. I'm like, yeah, I used to be live with y'all. Remember I used to do TV show reviews talking about the housewives and all kind of shit, and I'd be sitting right in front of y'all decorating
doing
live cakes that I'm making for a customer. So yeah, I used to do cake decorating videos live all the time. So I'm gonna get back into that, and I'll be doing B sector shit. I'm gonna be doing reviews like I used to, just chopping it up with y'all while I'm decorating cakes at the same time. So I can't wait to get back into that.
that's gonna be fun.
Yes, I love cake decorating. Y'all just don't know.
Girl,
Well,
I
you
do
can probably
know.
tell. You can probably tell from the shit that I showed y'all, right? But yeah, I love cake decorating. It's like everything to me.
Well, it's also how passionate you are about it. If like people ain't heard you speak about it, they would know how passionate you are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Like the last order that I had with the minions, the minions order. Girl, after I posted that shit on Facebook, and you know I posted all on Facebook, IG, TikTok, you know, I advertise everywhere. And after I posted that shit, they was like, so many orders came in. Oh my God, could you make this for my baby? Oh my God. I had somebody hit me up while I was live yesterday. Could you do my baby shower in Minions? And I'm like, sure. No problem. I got you, boo. I got you, boo. And for the people who didn't see it, there it is right there. There it is right there. That's the one that I made. That's my most recent order. And that was at the first of the year. Um, because somebody, this what happened, somebody had a grandbaby who was turning 1 and they wanted a baby smash cake, and y'all know the baby smash cakes is the cakes that's smaller than normal size cakes, because all the baby gonna do is smash it. That's why they call it a smash cake. So all they gonna do is smash it. They gonna put some in their mouth. You know, the parents, they put some on their little face. They smear it on their face and they take pictures. It's just a smash cake. And so that's what's on the left. The little smash cake is like 6 inches round, two cakes stacked on top of each other. And then they wanted a dozen cupcakes and all in the Minions theme because they had the whole Minions layout for the whole party. It was really nice. But yeah, once I posted that, child, I'm telling you, people hit me up. I don't even know them. I heard, I seen, I ate, I saw your cake here, whatever, and I always put my labels on my boxes because I'm real professional. I have boxes, I put my labels on it with my phone number, my websites, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very professional with what I do.
Girl, we
So
did that for my son for his first birthday, and my mama made a chocolate cake. I got to tell you the story. And he didn't want to touch it at first because he thought it was boo boo. And my mama decided, think it's gonna be cute to wipe it on his face. When I say my son had a meltdown and was screaming and crying like she just murdered his whole life, and because he thought she put boo boo on him, and I was like, Bobby, you should be ashamed of yourself. Like my child was red in the face crying. I'm talking about have a meltdown. I had to take him out of his high chair and give him a straight up, like wash him down before he would calm down.
that is too funny. And Fran said, smash all that cake. Hell no. You know, the babies don't eat all the cake. The parents usually let the babies eat a little bit, and then they take the cake home.
That's a pretty cake though. The way you did the thing, it looked like, you know, the piping and stuff. It looks so good.
But that's like, excuse me, I'm over here coughing. But that's the normal size of a cake. 6 inches round. This is for smash cakes, of course. 6 inches round. And basically they give it to like a 1 year old at their party. Matter of fact, hold on, let me pull this other picture up. Hold on. Let's see. Because I've done quite a bit of smash cakes. Okay, here's one. Okay, let me pull this one up for you guys. So that's my most recent one, but here's another one. Let's see, stop that screen. Now this one I actually did for my grandson's first birthday party. So let me show you
Oh,
this
no,
one.
Ace. He's so cute too.
Yeah, this is the smash cake that I did for my grandson's first birthday party. Of course, I do all his cakes, his birthday. Um, I did the baby shower, everything, you know, for my grandson. I do all his cakes and stuff for his parties. But my son and my grandson's mother, they wanted a basketball, excuse me, basketball and football thing. So as you see the cupcakes they're in the basketball football design. And then the cake is actually a basketball design cake and it has a number 1 on it. You see his chubby little arms right there sitting on my son's lap. But yep, that was his smash cake. And of course, it's too big. They just eat like a little bit of it and they smash it and they get it on their face. And that's about it. So yeah, they don't eat it. Then you take the cake home and everybody else in the house who wants to eat the cake, eats the cake. You know, eat the cake anime. Oh, it's a nice size. It's a nice size, Fran. It's 6 inches round. The average cake that people make is usually 9 inches. Like my average cakes are 9 inches, and I made cakes up to 14 inches. Like my wedding cake orders, I done made cakes up to 14 inches. That's just for the bottom layer of a tier cake. So it usually goes like 14, 12, 10, 8 on up. When you do tier cakes for like weddings and things like that. So, but yeah, that's about an average size smash cake, 6 inches round, and you bake 2 cakes in 2 pans, stack them up on top of each other. Of course, frost in between, and you know, decorate it however you know the customer wants to decorate it. But yeah, that's like the average size smash cake, and it do look kind of big, but yeah, it's like average. It's a nice size. I mean, like some people be like when they ask me for cake, some people be like, oh, I just want a little cake. I just want, a little cake. I only do little cakes if you place a normal order, and then I throw a smaller cake in there for free. But if like the cake is like the main highlight of a party or event, I'm gonna charge you like regular price. You know what I'm saying? Because I still gotta spend time baking it and making it and decorating and making the frosting and all this kind of stuff. But most people who are bakers or cake decorators, if you order a regular order with a regular cake or cupcakes, they usually throw that smash cake in for free or half off because it is smaller than an average cake. But yeah, you just not gonna get a smash cake from me by itself. Nope. It's not even worth the time to make it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
even though
think
the cakes are smaller, you still take almost the same amount of time to make it.
yeah, if you think about it, you're doing the piping, you're doing the baking and all that stuff. And that takes away time. If you just did smash cakes, that takes away the time like from bigger orders.
Exactly. And you know that's exactly right, Charlie. That's exactly right. Just like if somebody say, I only want to order 12 cupcakes. The minimum, as you see there's 24. No, there's like 36 cupcakes right there. But this is for my son. I don't charge them when I do my grandbaby shit, right?
Well, that's your
Obviously.
grandbaby.
Right,
Yeah.
obviously. But like minimum cupcakes, 12. No, you're not going to ask me to make 12 cupcakes. The minimum is 24. But if you order a cake, then I'll make 12 cupcakes. But no, because it takes like the same amount of time as far as baking and stuff like that. So, nope, nope, nope. But yeah, that's my passion. That's my passion. And Fran said
One of
I'm a
these
novice, recently purchased pants. But you know what, Fran? Charlie done heard me say before, but I be looking for people who might want to join me for some like cake decorating classes. Um, of course, I'm not gonna start, you know, on a professional level with people, but we would like work our way up. I've been mentioning that for a long time. Like doing like a couple of classes a month or a class a week or
you
something
know,
like
you
that.
need to make that as one of your tiers for membership.
Hmm.
And whoever signs up for it, you'll know because they signed up for that specific membership, and it'll tell you on your membership tab, and
Hmm.
that way you'll know if you have enough people to do a class.
And see, the thing is, like Fran, she's a novice. So most people who are a novice or amateur or just getting started, or they just playing around with it because it's just a hobby or something like that. They understand, like Fran, if you have purchased things, you know it's expensive, right? That shit can add up, especially if you get into the professional level and you're making different type of cakes with different characters or cartoon characters, or you handcrafting shit out of fondant. Like that shit can really add up. So the thing about it is, for the people who want to be interested, you'll know if they really interested, Charlie, because they done went out there, they done spent the time. I'll put like a whole list of maybe 20 things that you need to get started, like icing bags, spatulas, cake boards. You know, I'll put different piping tools, the starter piping tools, cake slicer, cake levelers, scrapers. You know, I'll put like, you know, of course, cake pans, like Fran said, you know, different things like that. I'll put like a list of shit on there, and if they really interested, they'll go out there and buy that shit. But if they ain't really interested, they ain't gonna do it. They are not going to do it because you got to be really, really dedicated to learning how to make cakes, to go out there and actually purchase the stuff that you need, because it can add up. But it's an investment, Fran. If you're really, really thinking about it, and you're just a novice now, but you're really thinking about it, invest in it. Because I'm telling you, it's totally worth it. Because the thing about most of the supplies that you buy, besides like cake boards and cake, uh, of course, the ingredients for the cakes, but besides like cake boards or piping bags or, you know, boxes, you know, things like that, the other shit that you actually use to make and decorate the cake, you're always going to have those. So you'll make money, you know, from all the shit. It's worth it. It's really worth it. Those Wilton, anything with Wilton on it, but they the best products. They the best products. I'll choose Wilton over everything, except for when it comes to like colors, like the colors to decorate your fondant or to decorate your frosting. I really prefer Americolor, especially if you're going to be into making chocolates and candy and shit like that, Americolor, but make sure you get the oil-based ones. The water-based colors are for frostings. The oil-based colors are for making chocolates, strawberries, things like that. Because with the water-based, it's good for the frosting because it's thick. The oil base is good for your fruits and your candies and stuff like that because it's thin and you have to dip stuff and you have to make designs and all that. So just remember, oil base is for candy and chocolates and things like that. Water base is just for your frosting. So
Hey,
just keep that
Shaker,
in mind.
Shaker.
Hey Shaker, baby. Shaker is back. And you know what? Our girl's about to go live in a minute, Charlie.
Oh, child, we gotta get over there, and I do have to go somewhere today. But even if I do, I'll probably be on my phone while I'm watching.
Oh yeah,
So
because I'm sure it's gonna be pretty good.
yeah, I need to get caught up on all the drama because, child, I've been so busy over the last 2 weeks. I've been missing almost everything. I caught some of it, but I need to catch the rest of it if that makes sense.
Girl, I was gagging. I was getting my
Sassy.
life. I was laughing. I mean, I was, man, with King Roman and Lady Nika. But I'm telling you, I about fell out my chair. And I know people like, Lady Nika, you just say no shit like that. But when she said, because King Roman has said, you probably be dead in 2 more lives or 2 more shows.
No, he didn't.
Lady Nika, girl, I'm telling you, they was dragging, bitch. They was dragging. Roman said, you probably got 2 more lives before you out of here. And
Lord,
Lady
sweet
Nika, when
baby
she heard that,
Jesus.
she said, no, you ain't wish death on me, motherfucker. I hope that your dog get hit by a car. They knock him 16 blocks over. I was like, what? Bitch, what?
Lord have mercy. I didn't hear all that. I got to go back and watch them lives. I hope they
You
didn't
need
take
to
me
watch.
down.
You need to watch each of Roman's lives, and then you gotta watch Nika's live because Roman had me cracking up, and it's like I'm not trying to be like mean or nothing like that. Like some people take this shit really serious. And you know how some of us it's entertainment for me. That's why I don't get into the beats and I don't get into people's battles and all that kind of shit. I like both of them. And so to hear 2 people going back and forth and they roasting and gagging, that's whether it's James or Sean or Phi or Tracy or VS or, whoever. Like when they get to dragging back and forth and they just saying shit off the top like you would never think of saying. Like, no, they didn't. Girl, I was getting my life because they both was giving good. They was both giving it. Now some people was like Nika won, some people like he won. I don't look at it that way. I just look at it as they roasting and gagging, and I'm enjoying the fucking entertainment. This is what the B sector gives, and fuck it. For all the people who be like, oh, that's too low. They shouldn't say that. Roman shouldn't say that about her lupus. She shouldn't say that about his dog. Like, this is what the B sector gives, and a lot of y'all out there, oh my God, the B sector dead. Oh my God, we want to see roasted gas. Oh my God. But then when they hear certain things, it's like, oh no, that's too much. Oh no, reel it back in. Don't say that. Lady Nika, Roman, no, don't do it. Don't do it. In my Kevin Hart voice. Shit, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
You can do it. Put your back into it.
Push it back into it. Do it,
I
do
can
it,
do it.
do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Push it back into it.
You can do it. I mean, here's my thing. This is the beef sector, as Mother would
Right.
say. Why wouldn't they go back and forth like that and say that? I mean, they fighting.
They
You can't
fighting.
tell somebody how to fight.
They
Secondly,
mm-hmm,
it's all fair in war and game. You know what I'm saying? Like
mm-hmm.
nobody said I me myself and I do have rules for myself
Me
on
too,
how
yeah.
far I will go. But you can't tell nobody
I
else
ain't gonna
how
tell you
far
how to
they
fight.
will go.
I might not
Yeah.
say knock that dog 16 blocks over. I might not say Nika, you gonna be dead in 2 days. I might not say it, but I ain't gonna tell you not to say it.
And I'm gonna be there the whole time going, oh cha
And friend talking about she need to go back.
in my Miss Paulette
Nika,
voice.
they was woo banging girl in my Nika voice. They was woo banging girl. They was woo banging out in the street. They sure was. And Nika did her last video. Nika's last video was yesterday evening or yesterday afternoon. So Roman, he ain't came back yet, but I have a feeling that he gonna be there today. And then I have a feeling Nika gonna come back. So I'm just here for the shits and giggles.
I forgot who it was. I told the other day, I said this weekend about to be Erderous. I said I'm gonna be clutching my pearls. I said
Mm-hmm.
this it's about to go down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Show is, and I had posted something like a week or so ago, and I said I'm just gonna get my popcorn. I'm just sitting here watching y'all, chilling and shit like that. And Noble said, you're gonna need a whole bunch of popcorn because he had a feeling. Noble said, I have a feeling it's about to get real entertaining. And Noble, I don't know if you're still in the clouds or not, but child, you was not lying. I didn't have enough popcorn. I'm gonna make me some more popcorn today. Sure, because I have a feeling it's about to hit the fan this evening. But yeah, if y'all miss Lady Nika and Roman, I ain't picking no sides. I ain't doing nothing like that. I'm just getting my laughs and giggles on and enjoying the commentary. And it's very entertaining. It's very entertaining. No matter who you like, who you don't like, you cannot say that the shit is not entertaining. That's what you cannot say. But anyway.
You put on quite a show. Really had me going. I don't know why that song came to mind. But it did. It did. Take a bow, Rihanna came to mind, y'all. Rihanna came to mind.
I know. I love me some Rihanna.
Riri, we love
But
Riri.
it's over now.
But now, go on, take a bow. It is going to be very entertaining. I believe that this situation is going to amp up. And the only thing that I will say is I hope, and I've said this before about different situations, I hope it don't go too far. There is that one or two lines that when it gets a little too rough, when they start doxing and doing crazy mess. I hope it don't get to that level. I want it to stay on YouTube, be a roast, be a gag. You know what I'm saying? Let that be it. Whoever the crowd and the people gonna choose who they think won.
Well, Nika did say, you can take me to court if you want to, because she was like, man, Nika was like, I'm off the porch. She gonna say whatever she want to say. She gonna call you whatever she want to call you. And she said, if y'all want to take me to court, like y'all know, like y'all like to do over there, take me to motherfucking court. Because she was like, I ain't scared of jail. She said, I ain't scared of jail. I was like, oh Lord, Lady Nika. Shout.
I started singing the song this weekend. Meet me in the club.
It's going down.
Meet me in the trap. It's going down.
Anywhere you meet me, guarantee it's going down.
That's what song was on my mind as soon as all that stuff went down.
That used to be my shit, Charlie. That used to be my shit. And then we be at the club. As soon as that song come on, we doing that little arm, that shoulder bounce. The lean back.
Yeah, the lean with it, right with it. Lean with it, right with it.
That used to be my shit. But
that was mine too.
But yeah, so Sassy will be going live in 3 minutes. I think Charlie put her Charlie did put her chat. Link in the chat. Matter of fact, Sislo says she's going live later. So Sislo, did you put your shit in the chat?
Let me go ahead and grab.
Moderators are always.
She had to go. She was busy dealing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Moderators are always welcome. Y'all don't even have to ask to put y'all channels in the chat.
Where's she at?
Let me see, Miss Sislo. I think it's Miss because she changed her name a few times. I got it. Oh, do you see her?
I'm over here scrolling, and I know she was in here just a while ago.
I got it. She had to go to church.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just put Sislo's in there. She's going to be discussing some things that's going on in the D-Town area. I think it's crime. It might be crimes or trending news or something that she's going to be discussing from the D-Town area. She's out there in the Detroit area. So that's why she was asking Noble, was he in Detroit? Because he had mentioned something about the gas stations in Detroit. But yeah, so she's going to be live later, probably later this evening or something like that after she gets home from church and does her dinner and all that kind of stuff. But Sassy is going live in a couple of minutes, so we did put both of their channels down there. So feel free to support both of their channels. Sassy, I do believe she's going to be going over the latest B sector shit that's been going on this last week. That's what I assume. That's what I hope.
Oh yeah,
Because
it's about to
Sassy
go
knows she can
down.
put on a show. Sassy knows she can put on a show, boy.
Well, thank you for having me, boo. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down so you can do your outro. I love you,
Thank
girl.
you. You know I appreciate you and I love you and I love you, love you, love you. And happy New Year's and tell your son happy birthday, happy upcoming birthday. But thanks for joining
We
me this
going to get
morning.
his stuff. We got to go get his.
Yes.
That's where I'll be going. That's where I'm going here in just a little bit. We got to go get. He wants to have like a what do you call it, a ramen bowl with all the
Oh,
stuff in it.
oh
So
yeah.
I gotta go to the Chinese market. I gotta get all the stuff he needs.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Well, the
Well, have
Asian
fun.
market back
Did you
here.
say the Chinese?
Yeah, I said the Chinese at first. I meant the Asian market. Damn
And I
it.
didn't even catch it. I didn't even catch it at first, but we knew what you meant. But yeah, we got some Asian markets here too. But yeah, thanks for joining me because I know that on the weekends that's usually your family time, especially on Sundays. So I appreciate you joining me for the
Well,
last
they
couple of hours.
canceled my game today for D&D because today is my Geek and God
Right,
day. But
right.
they canceled that, so that's why I had a little time. I had a little time on my hands.
Well, I'm glad you had a little time to spare.
I love
A
you,
little time to
girl.
spare. And thank you everyone for joining me as well.
Bye.
And Charlie, you had a good rest of your day. I'll see you out in the streets, boo. And tomorrow morning, of course, when you go live.
All right, love you, girl. Bye.
Love you too. But yes, 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 another song. Yes, that was my shit right there. Meet me in the club. It's going down. Yes. But thank you guys for joining me this morning. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We didn't discuss everything from the hood to the White House as we always do over here sometimes. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I hope y'all got something out of it, especially the part where we was talking, giving like kidnapping tricks and different tricks that we done learned growing up in the hood, survival instincts and shit like that. You need them survival instincts on the B sector too. Child, yes you do, yes you do. But yeah, if y'all miss Nika and King Roman going live, their lives back and forth, it was very entertaining. Once again, I suggest you start off watching Roman because I think he did a live, then I think Nika did a live, then I think he did another live, and then she did another live. So I think he started first, and then she came after that. Then he came again, and she came. At one time, they was live at the same time. I was like, oh shit. It's getting hot in here. Yes. What up, Catherine? How you doing, baby? You know you late to the party. Don't be tardy for the party. Do y'all remember that shit? Kim from the Housewives and Nene. But yeah, so anyway, if you want, you can red ball back and watch the replay if you want. For those of y'all who are in here, if you didn't like and share the video already, please like and share the video. Thank you so very much. Also, if you want to donate to the platform or donate to your girl, me, is Cash App $ the Hood Table 402. Please and thank you very much. For those of y'all who might watch the replay, please make sure you like the video as well. And those of you who haven't liked the video, if you please like it on the way out, please. I don't beg for likes and things like that. No shade to the content creators who do. I don't beg for cash apps, but it's very nice to get a like because it does help with the algorithm. Please and thank you very much. Anyway, on that note, let's head over to Sassy's. Her link is in the chat. She should be live right now or live soon. But stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.